I said, Donna, Donna. It's straight. Are you waiting? It's done. You can move it back so I can look at the time, won't we? All right. Y'all ready? Mm-hmm. So, real quick, I do want to apologize to J. Cole because I do feel like we was out of pocket. Well, at least I was out of pocket. What was it, 2 weeks ago when we was talking about Wale and J. Cole? I'm not gonna lie, Wale has extremely let me down. Them last, I don't know how many songs he didn't put out now. I feel like he didn't put out like a couple since we said that comment or we had that conversation. I feel like he didn't put out like 3 different songs on his Instagram, and I guess that is one of the new ways since Universal or whatever they doing with Meta. So I guess upload music on Instagram or however they're gonna start counting them in streams. But he didn't upload like 3 songs, and I'm not gonna lie to you, all 3 of them songs was garbage, dog. They're just like, I don't even be knowing what he's talking about, and I don't necessarily know if I don't know what he's talking about just because the song, the beat selection, and just the tone of voice is so garbage. But I felt so like listening to these last 2 J. Cole features. I just like, bro, I'm so sorry. I don't even know how I came out my mouth and even try to play with that man like that. Pause, no Diddy. Like, bro, that was crazy. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I felt bad. Like, I was like, that. Okay, that may literally be my worst take of the year. Like, cause literally, dog, J. Cole was rapping out his body them last 2 songs. That joint with him and T Grizzly. Oh my God, J. Cole was rapping on a whole different type of time. And then the joint he did with battle rapper now artist on TDE Daylight. He did I think their song was called Collard Greens, but the joint with him and T Grizzly, he did the hook and he did the verse, and he smoked that joint. I ain't even hold you. He smoked both of them features, but that T Grizzly joint, I was really like, yeah, J. Cole, he be talking that talk. Like, even on the hook, he was like, who else you know who could do songs with the trappers and whatever? Man, J. Cole was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to J. Cole. I just wanted to apologize to J. Cole publicly because I felt like that was I really like that was a bad take. Like, that real live was really a horrible take. And I'm cool to sit here and come on here when I have a bad take. That take was horrible. Like, that shit aged like fucking eggnog, like after Christmas. Like, oh my God, though. I can't believe Wale like that. And you about to go on tour and you just putting out all Bush. Like, what the whatever, man. I ain't about to stand too long on Wale. But anyway, I apologize to J. Cole. Real quick, one other thing, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Boss Man D-Lo may absolutely be my favorite person to hear a feature from because it just be like, his verse be just so like almost out of pocket that it'd be so tight that I look forward to it. And the reason why I say that because of course he got a song he did with Sierra recently, and then he was featured on Moneybagg Yo's Deluxe. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that it just cranked like that. And one thing about Moneybagg Yo, he gonna burn up every single whatever is catchy on social media at the time. He's gonna put it in a verse. Like, he tried to be like the new modern day Fabulous with it. Of course he don't. I'm not trying to compare him skill level to Fabulous, but he always do it. Like, he had to sit here and throw in that give me my money, and he had to sit here and throw in the in the same exact song. Like, that song, what's the name of this song that he it's called Do Your Shit. And he put it in that. So he put both of them jumps in that song. Like, that song was cool to me. I like the Boss Man D-Lo jump better. I think my favorite song that he put on that new project was he redid what was the name of that joint? It's Foot Soldiers. He redid Neck of My Wood from Lil Wayne and Birdman. He redid that, and he I like the way he did it. That was probably my favorite song off of that joint. And that, like I said, the Boss Man D-Lo joint was cool. And then What You Doing with featuring Glorilla and Big Boogie. I like both of them too. So like I said, for this is some new music out. If you like Moneybagg Yo, check it out. He put out a deluxe. And what's the young lady name? She is engaged to Stunner for Vegas. She got that song that I like. She got a couple songs I like. Matter of fact, she's the one with the well, I guess it's a bunch of Don Julio songs out right now. Maybe not the one that's popular with the kids, but she got the one hit the studio, Accuser. That one, she got that song. And she just put out her new project. What is the name of her project? Huh? Yeah. Her joint is called Throwing Bows or Throwing Bows. Yeah, I don't even know how she pronounced her name. I feel like I want to say she pronounced it like Melania or Melanio. I don't necessarily know exactly how she pronounced, but I like it. She rap very aggressive. I'm not about to sit here and make it like it don't make it in the conversation of like the lottos and stuff like that. But it was a cool project. I like it. Like, it was cool, but it ain't reached that category to the other girl rappers that we be on here talking about. Something that I had going, that I made a video on TikTok, and the one thing when the algorithm is in your favor, it's gonna be in your favor. But something I didn't think that was gonna go super viral because I didn't think it was that big of a deal because Scotty Bonds ain't that big of a deal when it comes to when it comes to basketball. So I'm going to play this clip of Scotty Barnes for people who don't know who Scotty Barnes is, because he is not like a superstar or all-star level of basketball player. He plays for the Toronto Raptors. He recently did sign a new contract fresh off of his, I guess he's out of his rookie contract. So he signed a brand new contract, and he does play for the Toronto Raptors, and he was dating a young lady who was his high school sweetheart. And he left her for a white girl and got her pregnant. So she made this video, and then people was kind of in an uproar about it. I was very surprised.
What's that looking? Put a finger down if you were dating your high school sweetheart for almost 6 years. You're holding it down for him while he's trying to make it to the NBA. He makes it to the NBA, so you move to another country to be there with him to support him, all while studying for your master's. One day, out of the blue, he breaks up with you, and then months later, he gets a white girl pregnant. Just me? Oh, okay.
So it was two ways people was feeling about it. Some, of course, men was like, he was in high school. What's her definition of holding them down? And I think realistically for most men, I had to learn the hard way, especially with the internet. Everybody hasn't experienced life a lot, because I think and we talked about this before, even when we talked about just like when you was playing basketball and you was like that, one of the biggest distractions was girls. And I think for dudes, if you thinking in your mind, the only form of holding somebody down is a financial thing, because that's a lot of people in the comment section kept saying, you crazy, she ain't got to see it. Well, let's be clear, women felt some type of way, of course, because he left her for a white woman. But realistically, a lot of dudes just kept saying, how could she hold him down? He was in high school, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, having some guaranteed box, let me break it down plain and simple. Having guaranteed box that you can come home to every day saves a lot of lives for dudes who are literally out here who chase a lot of box. So, because if you sit here and say, now I don't gotta go outside all day and get miscellaneous, get caught up in any wild parties or anything, just look at how many athletes you can Google right now who career literally went down the drain because it's something that had to do with some sexual stuff with a female. So for you to sit here and think that that's not a go-to thing for a athlete to be able to stay focused, stay locked in, is having a girlfriend from high school until they all the way make it to the pros. Are you crazy as hell? And he played for Toronto. He's not from Toronto. So to sit here and better go to a whole, like you said, go to a whole nother country, and then we randomly just break up, and then you pop up with somebody pregnant, is crazy. Like, that is the definition of holding somebody down. I guarantee you can Google over 100-something athletes, probably more than that, but I'm just talking about maybe in the last 5 or 10 years, over 100 athletes whose careers end up going nowhere but to jail because of a sexual assault, behind dealing with just random women, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, going to a party. Shit, look at Shorty, what's my man name who played with Brandon Miller? Like, all of those, literally, he just was in a situation. Why? Because it was one of his teammates arguing with a girl at a goddamn bar. Like, dog, I think people don't really understand how important sometimes having a significant other waiting for you at home can literally save your life and stop you from doing a whole bunch of extra stuff that you don't got no business doing. And especially at a young age, like, dog, that is one of the things that I'm sure, the older you get, the more you really appreciate it. And you kind of go back, if you look in the time, and be like, damn, I wish I would have dealt with whoever you was dealing with a little bit differently. Like, I get it. You can't hold too many high expectations for like a dude in his 20s. I mean, of course, he's in his 20s. He a dude. I'm not expecting for him to sit here and be some modern citizen and really be ready to be committed into a relationship. But does that not make it still foul what he did? Hell yeah, make it foul what you did. Because realistically, though, if you wanted to have a kid, and let's be clear, I did see a lot of people in the comment section saying he probably just slipped up and got the white girl pregnant and didn't know how to tell his girlfriend, which is still corny. But I mean, like I said, I get it. If you're in your 20s, some people aren't really confrontational people, so they kind of try to avoid it. So if you didn't have the balls or the decency to say, hey, I slipped up, I cheated on you, I can imagine that is a hard conversation to have. So just being like a coward, let me just break up with her, and then I can just deal with this woman that I got pregnant. And the woman that he got pregnant she is 33 years old, he is 23. So she is 10 years his senior. So like I said, trust and believe. I mean, I get both sides. I understand it, but I do still think a lot of people don't understand somebody can hold you down without it actually being a financial beneficial thing where you're like, oh, you held me down because you put a roof over my head or something crazy. Like, people just making a lot of excuses. And none of us know. I don't know Scotty Barnes' story. He could have been living super in poverty. Who knows? I don't really know his story. I don't know nothing about him. So I can't even sit here and say, was she dragging him when she was saying holding him down? Because she might have been. He could have been staying with her family. Like, bro, it's so many different stories when you hear about some of these athletes where they didn't have somewhere to stay, where they was running to go sit here and stay with a coach or whatever. I don't know his story. So I can't even sit here and say, is she dragging it? But I'm just sitting here off of just my knowledge of being a man and dating women and understanding how beneficial it is to have guaranteed box where you don't have to sit here and run around and try to chase it. It is a huge difference, but you won't never understand it until you live both sides of the story, until you didn't chase some box and understand how left it can go. And everybody, dog, there's too many dudes that then got smoked and some more. I'm like, come on, dog. I don't understand how some people don't understand having guaranteed box in the house can really save your life. Y'all got any thoughts or anything about that one?
No, like maybe they just kind of grew apart. You don't think so?
Nah, not just a random breakup. Unless she lying, unless she missing something out. You can't have a random breakup. Nah, I don't believe, not a random breakup. Like I can see if she sit here and say, okay, our first big argument, then you run and go get somebody pregnant. I can get that, but I can't just sit here and say you just randomly one day and just call it quits and then you pop up with like, oh, but I mean, and let's be clear. If you see Scotty Barnes, he look like a nigga who would date a white girl.
I'll say I don't know what he looked like. So
he looked like and like I said, he's not no super big name athlete neither. So I mean, it happens. It happens a lot of times. I know the crazy thing is where I do like when the WNBA eventually gets bigger, we gonna have a conversation about how like black women get mad at the male athletes, and I think it may be a little bit different for women because a lot of them may be not as, I guess, quote unquote, attractive. So they kind of lean towards like dating white dudes. Like, bro, it's a lot of like two things I paid attention to this year. Are every woman that work at ESPN date a white man or married to a white man? Like and I'm saying all of them are black and they all literally date white. And this crazy thing is the only white woman that was on there is Molly and she was dating Jalen Rose. But all the black women on there, their husbands are white. Is insane. I was like, dog, is this something in the contract at ESPN where it's like, you got to kind of like, you got to know how to pander the whites? I don't understand it. And a lot of the WNBA women, their boyfriends, the ones who are lesbian women, a lot of their boyfriends are white men. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it because I didn't go to college. I can't sit here and say, and maybe I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to judge them because like, okay, maybe I'm seeing you at the glow up portion. I don't know what you look like in college. I don't necessarily know like if you was fully giving dyke what I really like was niggas really knocking down your door. So that's why I kind of be like, I want to be shooting people with bail sometimes because like I can't be super judging because you may feel like, damn, the only person who was really checking for me was the white dudes or the white girls. So it's kind of like I be trying to not be as hard on people about who they choose because I don't know what your real dating pool actually look like. I don't necessarily know how many other black people was actually knocking down your door. And that can kind of lead into my favorite show on the internet is the red balloon situation, popping the red balloon. And I do see a lot of people on social media complaining about it. And I think the people who don't like the red balloon popping thing, you are the people who like to, you like to live in your bubble. You don't like to see how people actually real live really judge people. And this is the perfect clip to play on how a group of women judge this dude off of the way he looked instead of who he actually was.
But now that I get close, Miss Tiffany, and I'm 26, and I initially popped it because of the outfit. But now that I get close to you and I heard what you say, I want my balloon back. Because I can always change your fit, baby. I love fashion. We can go shopping.
Thank you. And I actually have more fits in my book bag back there. You feel me? Like,
can you get that balloon?
Yeah. Oh my, she asked for it. I'll hand it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, well,
I like spooning my lady.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Here. All right. Any questions between the two of you? Feel free.
Do you have any kids?
No kids.
I have a kid.
Okay, cool. And how old?
2.
Okay, awesome. What's the situation with your?
Me and my son's father do week to week. We have good co-parenting relationship.
That's awesome. And why did that end?
It ended because I was in a relationship with him for 6 years and he didn't marry me.
Oh, got you. So it was a boundary.
Yeah, I had to stand on business. I had to go. Awesome. And I was with him. My name is Tiffany and I'm 19 till 7-8 months ago.
Got you. So childhood.
Yeah.
Got you. Cool. I have a question. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
What's your favorite genre of music and the artist?
I love R&B and pop, and my favorite artist is Michael Jackson.
Word. Okay. Okay. Do you like to dance?
Yes, I love to dance. I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
I'm an exact
I've dated
dancer.
a lot of dancers.
Really?
Yeah. I've dated a lot of dancers. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have no problem with that.
I think I'm good with a young lady right now.
Come on, Tiffany. Come on up. All right. So he said he's good. Are you good? No, any other questions? Where do you live?
I'm on tour right now on PBS for TB Adventures. So I'm traveling to different cities and just educating kids right now.
So you love kids, you just don't have any.
What do you say?
You love kids, you just don't have.
I don't have it. I'm 29, so I didn't get to having kids yet.
Do you want kids?
I do want kids. I mean, I would love to see my kids see TB on the screen, which is me.
Oh.
That's like, I'm a superhero at that point. You know,
I want from 19 till kids. I just want to be married first.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
All right. Well, then, is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
We got a match! I'll take this mic and you guys can go on off. Let's make it up. Let's make some noise.
Kids, I'm
not gonna lie to you. For people who have not seen that video, let me just paint you a little visual picture. Let's be clear. Tiffany is definitely dragging a wagon, so I can get how she could be an exotic dancer, and she's kind of like a petite sized woman with a fat butt. So I can imagine she probably official on the pole or something. Because I gotta imagine she probably a little bit more flexible than just like she ain't some super OD like BBW type of thick stripper jump. So I can kind of imagine she probably go crazy on the pole. And this gentleman can't, like, he's a super like a strong dude. Like he looked like he be in the gym a lot, but his swag was kind of nuts. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not mad at all the women for popping their balloon because the way he dressed, because his outfit did look like he was about to go on a job interview. He didn't look like he was coming on a dating show. And I seen this same video, and that's why I kind of just played right off of it when I was talking about dating white and black, because Killer Mike tweeted off of this video like how because all the girls popped their balloon on him, and Killer Mike was like, that's crazy. This is, like he's a good black man. Like but y'all just, everybody popped their balloon because of the way he was dressed. And he was like, the crazy thing is everybody will get pissed because this will be the type of dude who you'll eventually end up seeing later on down the line marrying a white woman. And people are like, oh, look at all the successful black men running to white women. But that's why I like this show so much, because you get to see how shallow and how petty the world really is. Because this nigga literally, you talking about, it's what, 20 women on this joint, all of them pop their balloon because of the way he dressed. Now, let's be clear. Again, like I said, he looked like he was about to go on a job interview. His outfit was trash. But, and he probably looked like, you on the show, you probably should have got your cornrows refreshed and up. But, it is what it is. But, of course, he found this match, so I'm not mad at him. I do think that that's cool. I don't know how long it'll work, because it's just.
It ain't going to work. And she shouldn't have got her balloons. They shouldn't have gave her balloon back. You popped it. How you go back and be like, oh, let me get my balloon? It's not gonna work.
No, I'm listening to what I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm not going to disagree with you, but I do got another clip from another one of those little street video jumps, and I can play right behind it because it go kind of like to exactly what you just said. And this woman kind of was like, she was this dude been shooting his shot at her for over a year. And I'm gonna play with you what she said.
No, he was the one. So he actually tried to make a pass at me like for a year and a half, and I was like, not my type. And I had a dream that I was getting married, and it was him. Randomly, I texted him one day after not texting him for like a whole year and a half. It just started like that.
What would you say your typical type is?
I used to like Islander guys. I like that whole look. You just have to be a nice person, had to be respectful. But yeah, I was really immature, so I think I focused on the wrong things at that time.
So what about him helped you change what your type was?
I don't think it helped me change my type. I think I just started to look for quality traits, because you can have a really handsome guy and then he can be a total jerk.
For you, how did you not give up? Like, what kept you persevering and wanting to pursue her even after that year?
I patiently waited. I knew that was my wife, so there was no giving up. Like she said, sometimes it's immaturity that makes people make certain decisions. There's things to look for other than 6-pack and tall and 6 feet. And there's more to life than that. When all of that fades, what else you have?
How did you know he was the one?
All right, so that kind of just, I feel like those clips go hand in hand. And so my thing, even with what she's saying, do I agree with what she's saying, and do I even agree with what he was saying? Me, just real quick, my personal ego, I don't necessarily know if my ego is set up for that. Not yet, because that was kind of almost like a slap in the face where she was kind of like, I'm really into like the island vibes. So basically she was trying to say she into the sexy, strong, muscular looking niggas, but she was like, those dudes be jerks. So you kind of sit here and say, now you're not, I don't want to say settling, because we had that conversation maybe like a few months ago. I don't necessarily want to say settling, but you sit here now, your preference or your taste in men has changed, because you've kind of figured like, just because he's fine to the eye don't necessarily mean he fine for the soul. And do I think realistically most people will start to come to Jesus moment later on in life? Maybe, and I'm proud of her, maybe because hers came in a year and it didn't take her 10 years to understand that. But him just to sit there and kind of be like okay with it, and he kind of like, see, I don't need a 6-pack. I'm like, nah, nigga, you sound like a sucker.
She basically just kind of called him like ugly, kind of. It felt like something didn't work out for her. She was probably after something else and they ain't bite, so she went with the next person.
Okay, for sure. No, that's absolutely what it sounds like.
But shit, he ain't have nothing going on, obviously.
Yeah, look wise, but everything else.
I'm saying he probably ain't had nothing going on.
I mean, yeah, look at the nigga.
If you talking about I ain't heard from you in a year and you just pick back up and we about to get married.
No, but listen to listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Two things could be true though, but that could be just like a random. Let's put it like this. It could be just him shooting his shot on social media for a year. Because some niggas, like, if a girl don't never give you a hard no, you gonna still always continuously flirt. Like if you see here, if I hard eye a girl's story and she at least open it and just like it, she may not even comment and give you no real rhythm, but if she just keep liking it, so she kind of letting you know, like, all right, nigga, I ain't giving you, I'm not opening the door for you, but the door ain't completely closed. So that may be kind of what it been. She might have just been stringing him along for a year or not. Like I said, she said she wasn't texting him, but I'm sure he probably was still shooting his shot a year, because there's no way in the world you just randomly gonna sit here and text somebody a year later and know that they was going to respond unless he was still kind of flirting with you in some type of way. No, you're not just randomly texting me a year later, and I haven't heard from you in a whole year, unless it's still been some type of flirting via social media.
But if she wasn't responding to him,
it still could be. I feel like, yeah, you can get that off, especially if you're that person. If I ain't text you in a minute and I'm just like, oh, what's up? What's good with you? Let's meet up.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, dog. Not for me, it ain't gonna happen. But I mean,
but it won't happen to you. You feel like that's your pride. They're saying, oh, you're not gonna just come in my life, when you want to.
Nah, it's just, I don't necessarily know. It's just the way she said it. It just seemed like, bro, that was like almost like that was backhanded compliments, like the ultimate disrespect right in your face.
Right. So how she look? Like she looked like a
no nigga. Like look at her, nigga. She right here. Look at her and look at him. If y'all both ain't saying it, look at him.
He actually tried to make a pass at me like for a year and a half, and I was like, not my type. And I had a dream that I was getting married, and it was him.
Like, nigga, I'm not waiting for her. What the hell you talking? Hell no, you're not even about to play with me like that. But like I said, I understand, and that's why I always come on here and sit here and say, I know the longer, like, you can stay single as long as you possibly want, but 10 years, 5 years from now, the older you get and the more you kind of realize that your type may not actually be right for your soul, you're gonna learn. She learned a year later, but like my only thing is, even if you do learn, don't come back and tell me that you learned. Like that's the part that was kind of like, damn, you said this to my face.
But like, wouldn't you kind of feel that way anyway?
I don't know. But I mean, listen to what I'm saying. I would never know. Like, don't tell me. Like, I'd rather just think that you just at that time you was already dating other niggas, or you already had a roster and you just didn't have time for me. Because I still think, like, again, like we talking about, if you've been flirting with somebody, like perfect. I can tell you a perfect example. I was flirting with this girl, and I didn't never go over top because I knew that she was married. But you still see her story. Sometimes you may hard them or whatever the case may be. But I paid attention to when she started to respond differently in the DM. And then when me and her eventually exchanged numbers, then she came out and was like, yeah, I'm getting divorced, whatever the case may be. And I said, I figured that because the way you started to respond differently in the DMs, because when she was married, she wasn't giving me no rhythm. She wasn't, like she may open it or maybe just like it, but it was no like flirty emojis. Because, even though on Instagram, like even if you want to like it, you can switch the emoji back. So like when you liking it, you want to put an extra little sauce on it. You can put the kissy emoji, or you can put some extra stuff. So that's my point. People can show you different ways just via social media, how they kind of want you to keep responding or keep shooting your shot. So that's why I'm not, like I said, I can get how you can shoot your shot for a year and then maybe, but just her, the way she explaining it to me in my face, don't be that brutally honest with me. I'm sorry. My ego cannot take it. Just let me leave it up to my imagination. I'd rather sit here and say, dang, what took you so long? I'd rather you sit here and say, I was in a relationship. You could be lying to me. You could have been out here getting your doors blown down the whole time. I would not care, but don't sit here and come to me and tell me like, oh, you used to just like the fucking the island jungle man who was flipping you all around the bed. Now you sitting here telling me now you waiting for I can't take that one. I'm sorry. That one ain't gonna work, dog.
But she first said she wasn't attracted to him. So I feel like as a female, you're gonna let the person know in so many ways that you're not attracted to him. So for you to come back a year and a half later, like that's crazy.
Yeah, because there's no way you can sit here and say, that's my point. It's no way you can sit here and say you used to wasn't attracted to me, but now you are. Like, how do that work?
You don't. And I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like me, if I were him, I would feel some type of way, because after a year and a half, I'm quite for sure you let me know somewhere in that time that I wasn't your type. So for you to come back now, I wouldn't want to be bothered with you.
Yeah, I'm cool. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, I'm cool on that one. I'm not gonna lie to. I guess to switch gears up just a little bit, because I did actually, just for me personally, I probably had a moment this week where I question listening to rap music. I'm not gonna lie. After listening to these, and I gotta play these court clips of the Young Dolph thing, just so we can kind of just break them down and actually go through them, because it's not. I honestly, when I'm listening to them, it made me really question. Like, damn, me listening and supporting this music, talking about this music, just Like, are we sitting here financially helping kill black people, kind of destroy the black community? And this is my first time probably ever in life really felt that way about rap music. So I'm gonna play these clips from the Young Dolph murder case, and we can kind of get in them from clip to clip.
I got scared. I got on game.
Did y'all drive out there?
Yeah, we drove out there.
Stay in a hotel?
Yeah, stay in a hotel.
About how long were you gone?
I was gone a couple days. I ain't had any more money on me.
Don't have money, you gotta come back.
Yeah, I gotta come back.
And you come back, do you pick up that money from the old woman?
Yeah, I picked up the money from her, and I saw how much it was. I'm like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, $500.
You could spend that on pills in one day.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, that's about it.
What'd you do with the letter?
I flushed down the toilet at the hotel room.
All right. Is that the only time you got any money from Justin?
Nah, a couple days later, I was in the city or whatever, and he was saying that he was gonna have his folks pull up on me, bring me some money or whatever, hold me down. So I'm thinking he been pulled up about 20, 30,000 leave, you know what I'm saying? But I had my girl to get out the car, and she met the person that was driving on the street or whatever. I had her to have her face mask on, and she said they had their face masks on, so we don't know who it was, but they gave her $300.
$300.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is from Justin's folks.
Yeah, it was just folks.
All right. So now we've been paid about $800.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is there any other payment coming?
Nah, all the payments stopped, man.
All the payments stopped.
Everything stopped.
Is there any time that you or your girlfriend or anybody received a large payment?
Nah.
How much longer passes until you're arrested about?
Probably about a week after I had saw that when I saw Quick. He was telling me that we had to meet up at the restaurant or whatever to get up with you.
All right, so real quick, just to break down that clip right there, that was the young man who was found guilty for killing Young Dolph. And what is his name? It is Cornelius Smith, I believe that's his name. Yeah, Cornelius Smith. He was the young man. So he did take the stand, and trust and believe, he put on a master class of snitching. And it just listening to it, and I seen people deflect or try to deflect and not really keep it in a buck. And I think that is one of the things where I'm grateful to be able to not have any industry connects, because you can be just honest, bro. It made me really wonder, like even a homegirl of mine, I was like, dog, do you think they're going to end up locking up Yo Gotti or putting Yo Gotti in a RICO case behind this murder? Because it was just like, and I'm gonna play a clip in a minute where it's the lawyer talking about who paid CMG paid for this dude lawyers. Like, how do you not connect it? Because for people who don't know, he was basically sitting here saying that Yo Gotti's older brother, Big Jook, allegedly put $100,000 hit on Young Dolph's head. So for that, and then it was another clip even going in from that courtroom, and he was basically sitting here saying he knew Young Dolph was going to be in Memphis for a whole week because he knew that Young Dolph had the turkey drive going on that week. So you sitting here plotting on killing somebody knowing that they are doing a turkey drive. Dog, do you know how crazy that sounds? Do you know how? And you someone he said literally so out of and they were supposed to break. It was 3 dudes, so they were supposed to sit here and break it down. 40,000, and give the dude who was plugging them in with Yo Gotti brother 10,000 each. So they basically gonna give him 20,000. So that was gonna be the 100. That was gonna be the 100 bands. And they only out of that whole 100,000 that they thought they was gonna get, he literally only got $800. He got $500 up front and $300 after they finished. So you say, but the crazy thing is, and the dude who was talking, he literally, it's another. Is it a clip? But he was sitting here saying, dog, he did this move on his daughter's birthday. Like he was like, man, yeah, I owed my daughter. I promised her a good birthday. So he literally sit here and went to go kill Young Dolph on his daughter's birthday. Oh, do you know how crazy that sounds? And it's just like to let people know, like sometimes, and the reason why I really want to take my time and break this down, because it gotta let y'all know how like it's. I understand people on social media, everybody act like they got money and just life is just the greatest thing on earth, bro. That's a lie. It's a lot of people out here. Literally, think what you saying here. Somebody, this dude literally sit here and think about how many people's lives he destroyed. Like this gone. You killed you. Your life is gone. You're going to go to jail. Young Dolph is gone. Yo Gotti brother dead. So you sitting here saying 3 people literally right now, their life is completely gone. You got life in jail, and these 2 dudes is dead over $800, dog. But just the whole point of it, just still thinking about, I'm about to crash out over $800. No, realistically, of course, and it's messed up that I'm sitting here saying over $800, but that's what you got. It's not. I can't even sit here and say nothing else. That's all you really got. So you sitting here, you took a hit ain't got nothing, dog. You threw your whole life away for $800, but that lets you know how broke people actually are out here. Like that lets you know how hard times people really on. That they'll sit here and be like, I don't care. I'm willing to sit here and risk my whole entire life for absolutely nothing. $800, you couldn't even pay for a lawyer, and that's again why the dude brung it up. Sit here saying, I'm gonna play the hold on.
On November 17th, 2021, you say, good morning. I went to sleep in the midst of texting you to knowing today is my big day.
My baby birthday. My daughter's birthday.
November 17th?
Yeah, my daughter.
You went and killed a man on your daughter's birthday?
Hey, I'm trying to make it right for him. I ain't have no money. I'm trying to get some money that day. So I'm trying to.
Damn. He said he was. So he killed off to get some money to make it rain for his daughter. Ain't the cycle of life crazy and fucked up? How you go?
And that's just my point. That's how crazy the world actually is. And just think about it. Like somebody gave you up front. You sit here, just listen, screw what this person promised you. Somebody promised me $100,000 hit. Why would I sit here and take a deposit for $500? But that just lets you know how broke people really are. Like, just think about how you don't have it all upstairs. If somebody telling you this is $100,000 job, you're telling me up front, I can at least realistically, I can respect if you sit here and say, all right, I took $25,000, because I'm not going to imagine somebody going to just give you a 50 piece and sit here and let you go do you. And then you sit here and suppose, because 9 times out of 10, if you would have gave them 50 up front, they may have not finished the job. But if you gave them a dub up front, then that would be almost, I'm not sitting here saying that would be respectable, but realistically, that would be more respectable. But for you to sit here and say you took a $500 deposit to sit here and take, come on, dog. But that just, to me, what I'm sitting here saying is how messed up people are in the real world, how broke people really are. Think about what he's literally sitting here and said, didn't care. I was ready to take young Dolph away so I can sit here and provide for my daughter to have a good birthday. Or just again, what academics are about to say, just think about how crazy the cycle of life is. You took somebody else's life trying to help turn up somebody else's. Like, that's crazy. And that still wasn't no real money. Again, you literally threw your whole entire life away for $800, dog. And that's just like, that to me is just, man, the world is crazy, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It ain't no other way to sit here and try to dress that up, try to make it sound no other type of way. You can't make it sound good. Like, it's just nuts. Matter of fact, you have to do another clip from this.
Did y'all have gloves?
I had my own glue.
You had your own gloves?
Yeah, his own glue.
When you got in the car, did you have your gloves on?
No, I ain't have no glue.
You said Justin had his own gloves?
Yeah, he had his gloves on. Black gloves.
He had his black gloves on before he picked you up?
Yeah.
Does he get out of his car and pick you up, or do you go up to the car? How's that work?
Nah, I got out the house, came out the house, got on in the car.
Okay. Off to do the mission.
Yeah, do a mission. Try to catch somebody.
Try to catch one of the rappers?
Yeah, one of them.
At the Turkey Drive in Westwood.
In Westwood.
All right. What happens after y'all get in the car?
Oh, we went back on Bradley Street. We got some out of I think they were like a expedition truck that he had parked on Bradley Street. And then we took the back street. We was at Lamar Airways. We had the light.
So he picks up, let me get this right. He picks you up in the Mercedes, is that right?
Yeah.
But you go to Bradley Street.
Yeah.
And is there an expedition already there?
Yeah, expedition already there. Parked in the yard.
Do you know who parked that expedition there?
I guess he did.
Okay, well, we're not allowed to guess in here.
Well,
okay. So
nah, I ain't seen him parking though.
Okay. And what color was it?
White.
A white expedition.
Yeah, white.
Did y'all do anything when y'all went to Bradley Street at that point?
He got something out the truck and then jump back in the car.
I got you. So he gets out of the Mercedes at Bradley Street, goes into the expedition and gets something.
Yeah.
And comes back.
Okay.
Do you know what he got?
Nah, I don't know.
Are y'all talking at this point?
Nah, we wasn't talking, like, cause he was on the phone at first, then he hung it up. But we wasn't talking about. Okay.
Now, y'all were cool with each other, is that right? You and Justin?
Yeah.
He gets back in the white Mercedes?
Yeah, he get back in the white Mercedes, and we take the back street, then Getry and stuff to we was at Lamar Airways. We finna get on the Squareway.
So that's still the same dude, Cornelius. So basically, he was snitching on the other dude he did the move with. The dude name is Justin Johnson. I believe his rap name was Straight Drop. And I guess before I play the last clip of them talking about who paid for the lawyer, but that's just my whole point of what I'm sitting here saying. Just think about how messed up it is. And even sometimes, especially the young dudes, or even if you're older and you sit here and really think about shining for men is such a dangerous thing. And reason why I say that is because it's somebody else who's watching you on social media. It's somebody who watching you go in and out of your building or your house or whatever the case may be, especially social media. Screw what your actual living situation is, because you may be smart enough to sit here and downplay how you come in and out of your home. But how you present yourself on social media is such a dangerous thing. And I understand, tying it even back into the earlier thing, I understand how men try to look and portray themselves on social media to attract women. But sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it worth you being too flashy on social media for somebody to sit here and want to take your life? Because there is somebody who's following you, and if it's not actually the dude, it's a girl who following you who knows some dudes who move like this and sit here and say, oh, it's a flashy dude, he be on my line, boom, boom, boom. It happens. You guess what the word is called? It's called a backdoor. It happens all the time. You can go down your timeline. I'm sure if you follow enough popular bottle type girls or pretty bad IG girls, you'll see most of them at one point in time. If you've been following them long enough, they'll throw up a rest in peace of some dude who used to be super flashy on social media. It happens. And the crazy thing is, when I'm listening to this, I got a young friend of mine, and he just came home from jail like recently, maybe like, I think he's been home for like 2 years now. And I remember I'm literally taking him out to Baltimore for some court stuff. And I remember him just telling me while he in jail, how many different stories he've heard, like of just dudes when he was out young, as he was running around with, hanging with, and how many of them literally have got backdoored because they were being super flashy. Like, and you in jail and you getting to hear these stories and breakdowns verbatim, and it's like, it's nothing you can do, because it's just, and that be literally for so many dudes. I understand what it feels like to be flashy on social media, because I used to be somebody like that. So I'm not talking from somebody who ain't done it. I've done it before. I'm sure the grace of God, I have avoided some of those situations. And I'm telling you, did I know for a fact that it's at even a higher level now, because it's so many people who just don't got it. When the harder the economy get, and it's so easy for people to just glance at it and laugh and kind of not really keep it a buck about how it's going on outside, bro, that makes somebody else 100 times more hungrier. Because it's a lot of people who, let's be clear, you could have, for that $800, bro, you could have worked. You could have got a job. I guarantee you could have worked at Six Flags, McDonald's, anyway, especially when just sit here and the minimum wage is going up. You could have worked 40 hours somewhere and made over $100. I mean, over $800. And you could have been good money. But my whole point is, especially again, because so many people are lazy, don't want to get jobs. Guess what you're not going to do? You sit here ready to throw your whole life away for $800. Took two other people are dead behind this $800. And again, now your life is gone behind that $800. So let me play this clip of them telling that CMG paid $50,000 for this lawyer.
$50,000 to represent you. Did he not?
I don't know exactly how much you get. I don't know.
Okay. All right. And you knew that, just we're all clear here, that money came from CMG, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly who, but yeah.
All right. So you talked today. You got paid for what you just testified to, didn't you?
After I was locked up,
you got paid.
my lawyer was paid.
You got $50,000 to pay a lawyer, right?
I didn't get it in my hand. Great. I don't know how much it was, but great, my lawyer.
Okay. And there's no question that money was for services rendered. Killing dog. You took it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did your conscience bother you? Your conscience.
After I came to my senses, yeah.
Did you say, I can't have that money? I can't use that money, because you still got a lawyer here.
No, I ain't say that.
You took the money.
Yeah, I took the money. I got the money.
Your conscience wasn't bothering you that bad, right? You said your conscience started bothering you, but not bad enough not to take the money for the job you did.
Well, I ain't already did it, so might as well. You know, I got a conscience still, because they came to my senses.
Right. Okay.
Oh, so just listen to him saying, just listen to him. He like, listen to what he's sitting here saying. Like, the lawyer tries to say, Dad, you don't got no conscience. And he like, yeah, but no, I don't. I already did it. So yeah, I still want to get paid. That's what, listen, bro, this world is so crazy. And when I'm listening to this make me really think, see, and say, and the only thing is where I could sit here and probably, where I won't sound hypocritical, because when we talked about the Fulio versus the Young and Ace thing, if this is real street beef, then I wouldn't have as much sympathy. But the reason why it makes me feel a little bit more angry, because the way Young Dolph and Yo Gotti both can try to downplay this beef for so long. Like they didn't make it. Like if you would sit here and if it was like, and of course, you know, I'd be on YouTube. I'm looking for the behind the scenes. Like, can somebody tell me some real stuff? But if for every behind the scenes, it seems literally the only answer that people got is this came because Young Dolph didn't want to sign him to CMG, and then Young Dolph started to get popular and basically started to sit here and give guiding them his ass to kiss. Like, of course, let's be clear, they got diss songs going back and forth, but then that kind of even just me as a fan, it made me question, like, damn, everybody love that. Yo, don't play with me, play with your bitch, your guy to use a hoe. Like, nigga, everybody and their mother, we love that song. But then it again is still 100 shots. I'm in that lawful out. He got endless Jones. Niggas love the black youngsters shake something. But then that made me sit here and say, damn, did we put more fuel to the fire by championing these songs and listening to these songs, playing them to death? Because let's be clear, 100 shots. So that one night in Charlotte and all those, like, that's one of Dolph's biggest projects. That book, Don't Play With Me, Yo Gotti, You Go Play With Your Bitch. Like, that's one of Dolph's biggest songs. But only thing that make me sit here and think, like, damn, did we add the fuel to this sitting here saying now it's so many rest in pieces? I'm just sitting here saying the two people, Big Jook and Young Dolph, but it's still endless other people. Like, shit, we just talked about it last week. Black youngster brother got killed, and the person who killed him got killed. So, like, let's be clear. I'm sure all of these ain't just some miscellaneous things going on. But that just still make me sit here and think, like, damn, like, should Yo Gotti be held accountable? And the crazy thing is, what I said, just for me personally, even some of the media platforms I listen to, and that's why I say sometimes you got to be happy and blessed that you don't have no talent, because nobody's sitting here trying to hold Yo Gotti feet to the fire. But he has to be held accountable, bro. And I listen, because people can say and say, bro, his brother's older than him. That's his older brother. His brother grown. He can make his own decisions. But I'm still gonna be like, damn, where his brother gets some money from? His brother he don't play in the NBA. He ain't got no rap songs. So where he get 100 bands from? And again, this nigga broke. Listen to what I'm saying. For somebody to have a $50,000 lawyer and who literally just crashed out for $800, we can all clear as day here. He ain't got 50 bands to sit here and pay for no lawyer. So it's like, how do we not hold Gotti accountable? How do we sit here and say, y'all niggas wasn't real enough to sit here and say y'all couldn't stop a beat, or you couldn't tell us, you should at least, so people wouldn't feel as like, damn, this is corny. Y'all sit here and literally took each other's lives over somebody didn't sign with somebody because somebody else became the bigger rapper from your city. That to me is just weird. Like, if you sit here and say, nah, it's some real live street beef, we was actually already beefing, we didn't got into physical altercations, then I can respect that more. Because I can respect the youngest who do the drill songs, and I'll play something later from some of them. I can respect that a little bit more. Like the little Chicago niggas, I know that's not just rap music, so I don't care. It's not like you can't, niggas in the hood gonna have beef regardless. So I don't have no feelings for that. So that's just a part of that. That's just how it's gonna be. But you sitting here telling me that y'all allowed a pet from how y'all try to portray it, from both of y'all last interviews that y'all, even one of y'all done talking about each other, is basically over some not even a misunderstanding, because I didn't want to sign to this rap label and it has started some animosity between the two. Like, that to me is crazy, dog. And again, rest in peace to Young Dolph. Like, that's just that was nuts. And that's just so, and I wanted people to pay attention to, dog, that $800, you got to be careful. And I'm just saying, especially to all the males that are listening and you can hear my voice right now, think twice about how flashy you really want to be on social media. That kind of go leaning back into what I was talking about last week, when it was just like, don't be so geeking to get some drunk pussy. Don't be so pressed to get some pussy who only want to talk to you because you got to be a flashy nigga on social media. Because is that really some pussy that you really want? I get it. Yeah, it may come with a little bit, a piece of, she might be a little bit bad, but what if she really here trying to line you up? Or what if she pillow talking to the goddamn robber? It happens, dog. It happens way too often. So, and you can have a gun on you. Perfect. So people like, man, I don't care. I got my strap. Yeah, so did Young Dolph. So did his man who was right beside him. His man, it's on video. When they got in the shootout, them niggas had a Draco. His man had a handgun. You guess what? You never going to win a gunfight. You're not going to win no gun. I don't care if you even had a switch on that motherfucker. You're not beating a Draco with a handgun, dog. It's just not going to happen. So again, rest in peace to Young Dolph. And I just hope that is a lesson. But that was that was a moment that I had this week that was kind of just like, dog. I guess while we're on that, I do want to talk about TV a little bit. I'm not sure if y'all have seen seen the Menendez brother on Netflix?
Nah, I'm gonna watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
All right, just real quick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I guess you can't spoil it, because I mean it is a real story, so people know it. But it's not gonna lie to you. It's like one of the gayest things. It's too hard for me to watch. And I'm not gonna sit here, and it's not gay to the point where it's like you homophobic because you don't want to watch it. It's just nobody wants to hear details verbatim of somebody talking about their father raping them, dog. Or the R word, and molesting them. Like, that's just crazy. Like, it was like, I believe that was episode 5, bro. I'm like, bro, I can't sit through this. I had to skip it. Like, I just could not. It was like, it's no way in hell I'm about to sit through a whole episode of somebody going into I'm talking about painting the most graphic pictures. And this nigga in the jail, he crying, painting the picture to his lawyer about the way he got molested. I'm like, dog, no, I'm still confused. I'm still on, I believe I'm on towards the end of episode 8, but I'm still like, I still don't know if they really lying about their dad molesting them. Like, I don't know if that was a real throw off. Like I said, so I don't necessarily know. Like I said, this is not no spoiler alerts because this is based on a true story. Eric, I forgot what's the brother name, but the Menendez brothers, there is the same people who did the the Dahmer docuseries on Netflix. It's nowhere near as good as the Dahmer thing. And this is gonna sound, I guess, kind of morbid and crazy because they just ain't killing enough people for me. Like, it's just it's not, I don't mean only because nobody should kill their parents, but they only kill their parents. So like, you kind of like, if the last thing I'm comparing to you, like, is Dahmer, like, this can't compare to Dahmer. Like, acting wise, yeah, cool. But if we talking about just keeping you on the edge of your seat, like, damn, when they gonna get caught, like that, this series don't do it like the Dahmer did. Like, Dahmer is the bar. Like, the Dahmer is like a 20 for 20. Like, that shit was just different. Like, this is cool, but it's just still trying to sit here and listen. Like, I can't do it. But like I said, to me, I'm trying to figure out, did their dad really molest them when they was kids? Like, I'm just lost on that one. Like, I don't know if this is just some crazy lie that they made up to sit here and try to justify why they killed their parents, but it just, to me, just seemed like whatever, though. I don't necessarily know. But I'm not gonna lie to you. That episode 5, it was a hard skip for me. I could not do it. Like, nowhere in hell I was going through that. So like I said, I think I'm towards the end of episode 8. It's a good jump though. Like, if you need something else to watch, if you don't have anything to watch, and I guess while we here, we got a lot of other topics to get in. We can get into Diddy, but I do kind of want to just get right into Power while it's still kind of fresh on my brain. I would like to
rest in peace, Monet.
Yeah, rest in peace to Monet. But you know, the crazy thing is why I'm kind of not like, and I seen like, the thing that I hate about social media, bro, can I say this? And this is just my biggest pet peeve, bro. I hate people who, like, at Thursday at 12, get a fucking life, you fucking loser. Like, that shit was annoying me because I seen like, and I kept seeing, like, I seen people, like, I see her name spelled out, I hurry up and kept scrolling, but I shouldn't have to scroll. No, not at 12 o'clock on a Thursday night, though. Like, have some common courtesy for other people on social media, because motherfuckers got jobs, bro. No niggas ain't up at 12 o'clock at night. I know I come home from the gym at 11, so of course I may catch some of that, but dog, it's Friday. I'm still trying to see what new music out. I'm not sitting here rushing to go watch Power on a Friday. Like, that shouldn't even, like, when is that ever but a thing? Like, who watches, Thursday night I need a show to watch? Like, that's not a thing. Like, shows don't even come out on Thursday. So why the fuck are y'all trying to make this like you're trying to hop right on social media and do the spoiler alert? Like, that's crazy. And to me, just even on somebody who create content, I know for a fact you're never going to get the highest engagement if you're the first person on a fucking Friday or a Thursday night trying to talk about it, because the average person ain't watching yet. Like, Power used to be a thing that niggas used to watch like Saturday night, Sunday morning type of thing. Like, talking about Power before Sunday to me is weirdo shit. Get a life, you fucking weirdos. Like, that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. But again, rest in peace to Monet. She went out like a gangster. I ain't gonna lie to you. I respect how she went out. Let me see if I can play some clips from this week's episode real quick before we get into it.
I would just love for you to say thank you, Brayden. You're killing it, Brayden.
Oh, that was last week.
Now it's a fucking war.
It's time for Cardi and Noma to go.
They've been plotting against me, fucking with our business.
Tariq, you'll have to take out Carter.
I'm fucking tired of those motherfuckers thinking they can stand against me.
What you gonna do now, Tariq?
Man, so let's get into it. Let's break down this episode again. Rest in peace to Monet. She went out like a gangster. I guess we can start from the end and kind of work our way however we're gonna get to it. But for people who don't know, the very last scene was a gunfight. It was a gunfight between the Tejadas and Noma. So Noma had Kanan tied up because she found out that she tried to finesse at the very beginning of the episode, she tried to get Tariq and Monet killed by the Russians. But anyway, Drew and Diana came up and ended up saving them. So that didn't work out to the plan. But she didn't find out until they was about to get married. They was at their wedding night. They even got married and still end up finding out that Tariq and them was alive, and it was trying to sit here and kill Mona and Carter. So that, like I said, they had Kanan tied up. They was at the wedding. She said him basically try to have him pick a side, and he was like, "Bro, I'm not choosing you over my mother."
And that was Tariq's fault, by the way, because all he had to do was shoot him.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy? I seen this clip. I wish I could have found it, but it was this dude. he basically was like, dog, Tariq would never be, can't never be his father. Like, he always he's saying, man, I'm not my dad. I'm not my dad. And niggas like, yeah, you ain't your dad because your dad would have smoked that goddamn police officer right there in that goddamn confession booth and would have left him right there.
Yeah, he did way too much talking. That was his fault. He should have just shot him.
Yeah, even if you was going to talk, like, soon as you start talking to him, you should have just shot him off the. You could have shot him somewhere. Even if you wanted to sit and have a dialogue
You
and
don't
still.
need a dialogue. What are we talking for? Just shoot him.
Because he really don't want to do it.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Because like, dog, Tariq got too many bodies for him. I think he just didn't think I think he underestimated how strong Carter was. The same way, shit, even look at fucking Method Man. Method Man ain't think he was gonna catch him a body by putting a nigga to the sleeper hold and choking him to death. I think sometimes, nigga, you get too confident. Like, you didn't think you thought Carter was sweet. And then shout outs to Brado for being a crackhead. That coke high niggas, they listen to what I'm saying. Niggas been hard on Braden for sitting here being a goddamn snorter, but that coke high literally sit here and save their life. I don't know how episode. I kind of figure like, all right, they're not about to sit here and kill. They're gonna string this out because there's only one episode left. But it was just like, damn, dog. I can't even sit here and say I'm mad that there's only one episode left. Like, nigga, the season, this is the end of the season. So I mean,
so what will be like damn, this was a good, like, how would you want it to end? Because I feel like right now, whatever we're going to get is not going to be really finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's just like,
I mean, it kind of can be finished because now you sit here, think about how it's going to play out. Because even when Tariq went to go get Effie, he kind of was like, man, how else you gonna get out of? How else you gonna be able to go to school? Mona ain't gonna never let you, whatever the case may be. And then even when Effie was talking to Kane and she was trying to get Kane to come on her side or let her out of the game, because she thinking, all right, well, nigga, if you getting married to her, then you should have some say so. Let me out the game. And he was kind of like, it's still her business, though. She's still going to call the final shot. I don't necessarily know if I can do that for you. And that's when she went in the bathroom and cried. So realistically, how can it end? It can end with, okay, we kill Carter, we kill Monet, and then Effie can go off to school, and then fucking Kane can be whoever he sit here and whatever drug he said he wanted to be, Bumpy Johnson and all them other niggas. You can go do that. Y'all can start a whole different life now. Like, it's over. Everybody got their way out. There ain't no more beef. It ain't you got rid of all your options. Everybody can go their way. So I think, to me, I guess the best way for the person who it looks like it will paint the easier picture will be for Effie. Effie will be able to sit here and say, okay, good, I'm fresh. My hands is clean. Like, I know this is supposed to be like this is a Tyreek show, but I think, to me, the person who got it looking the best for them right now, if you can get rid of Carter and you get rid of Monet, it's Effie. So I mean, that to me was like that. I guess that's the biggest takeaway, I think, on how it could end next week. But then even still, like I said, not skipping around, Lil Durk made his first acting debut also in this episode. He played Kane's cousin. Who else was in there? The brother was kind of super aggressive. Like, I didn't even necessarily, and it seemed like, it's so funny because it was like it seemed like Monet is a boss, but the whole time, realistically, she may be answering to somebody else. And that kind of seemed like that was the energy that her brother was getting. Like, yeah, this is a family business. Like, she just kind of like on a different branch of the business right now and doing her own thing, but don't get it twisted. Like, this some family shit. And you seen even just like how when she was arguing with him, like after the wedding, like, nigga, just hold me down. And we can talk about, you can chastise me after all this is said and done, but let's just hold this down and get it finished right now. What else really was going on in that episode that kind of was just like, I kind of felt bad for Diana, but I didn't at the same time. Because even the way she was explaining it, just like, dog, when she walked out of the classroom, that's when I felt bad for her. Like, damn, that's kind of like her brain just all over the place. And she even when she broke it down to Drew, she like, I don't know how people expect for me to sit here and still go to school. Like, literally just lost a kid. I literally was lifeless in an alley where I could have died. And people still just want me to go move along and have a regular school day. Like, how do that work? And I got to kind of do this on my own. I have nobody else to even hold it down. Like, this is just me. So, I mean, that kind of played. And what else was going on? I don't know. Y'all got any takeaways? Any?
No, it was a good episode. It was definitely a good episode.
Anything you would have wanted?
So you trust Effie?
What you mean?
I'm just with everybody right now. I feel like because like how you say, for her to get out of this or even have a decent life, right? She really gonna have to. Not necessarily. I mean, I wouldn't say pick a side, but who do you think she's gonna like kind of save in the situation? Because right now you stuck right there with Carter. And then you also, I guess, with Kane too, right?
No, they should all be on the same team. They should all be trying to get rid of Carter and Noma.
Yeah, I mean,
but you think that's what I'm saying? But do you think Kane is going to allow them to get rid of Noma?
Yeah.
What you mean, nigga? She just killed his mother in his face.
No, but okay. So what did when they got the whole Mary thing? Like, what did nothing officially happen?
No, they were married, and that's the thing.
Because that's what I was kind of wondering. Was it
no,
like
the wedding was done? They actually got married, so he would inherit basically her, whatever her fortune is, if she goes.
No, he would get it.
Yeah, because
okay.
the
that's what I was just
wedding
wondering. Okay.
they got married. All this happened after the wedding.
Yeah, that's why I was just wondering. Like, I don't know. I'm still.
But she's better. She's better to be with them because if you get rid of Noma and Carter, then she's free. If she don't, then she stay with Noma. She still got to work with her.
Do y'all think anybody else going to die? Besides those two, do you think any of the main characters were going to die, or just going to be Noma and Carter?
Method Man kind of playing it kind of real because he playing both sides. He working with Tariq and he working with Noma.
Yeah, because now you killed
her security guard.
Yeah, you killed the security guard, but and like those two still alive. Well, they still got. I mean, they got Carter tied up, and he kind of damn near lifeless at this point. So I mean, they can kind of just like I feel like ain't even no purpose. And I to me, the thing that's gonna blow me is I feel like he's gonna be able to talk himself out of being tied up, and that's gonna piss me off. Like, don't make the episode
go.
I don't, because I feel like he gonna talk himself like you don't got. But guess what? If you kill me, you ain't gonna have the phone. I mean, you ain't gonna have the video deleted because that's what threw Tyreek off. Like when he was about to kill him, and then he started talking, and then Tyreek was like, "Hold on, what the hell? This was on video." So I think that kind of threw him off. But you can't let it throw you off twice. Like just kill this nigga. Figure out what you gonna do with the video after it's all done. It don't matter. Just get rid of him. Like you can't sit here and allow this to keep dragging on. So I mean, like I said, to me, it's a good episode. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was bad. I don't necessarily know if I needed more or what more was I actually looking for coming out of it, but I mean, it was cool. I don't feel necessarily know if I can complain too much, but I guess while we here, we can kind of let's get into a little bit of Diddy news because I feel like this is gonna continuously keep this story gonna got legs of its own.
Wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes. But
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before. So like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow. Can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No, I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video is pornographic in nature.
Oh my. All right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes. This was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video. So it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant.
Okay, so what I guess got this, besides that already being a big story by himself, I guess what helped get this story an extra little bit of push and legs to it. Uncle Russell Simmons liked this post, the original post from this. So I guess my first question to y'all is, who do y'all think is the bigger star than Diddy? Because they said celebrity-wise, so this is not to take out the y'all conspiracy theories on these CEOs and all these miscellaneous people. So they said this is a bigger celebrity than Diddy. So I don't necessarily know how many more celebrities I noticed that much.
Unless it's an athlete.
Yeah, unless it's an athlete. I'm sure if it was an athlete, they would have bought it. Because an athlete wouldn't want it to get out, especially if they sitting here saying it's Diddy and another.
Are we saying bigger like right now?
Yeah, they said shit is a bigger celebrity.
Kevin Hart.
Ooh, he would pay for it though. I feel like he already learned his lesson. Like, you don't want. He cannot take another leaked video.
But she just said it. It looked like the person may not have known it was being recorded.
No, but if you ain't hear what she said originally, they shopping the video, so they offered to sell it to the person. Like, hey, you can buy this from me, so nobody else won't see it. Or if you don't buy it, you know that TMZ or one of these other websites won't buy it. So y'all don't got no celebrities that y'all can think of
that's bigger than Diddy, right?
Even if it's not right now, in the last 10 years, how many? I mean, it ain't. I don't feel like that list can't be but so long.
Yeah.
Bigger than Diddy, like nigga, Diddy is still Diddy. Like, let's be clear. Like, we talking about it can't. You can probably.
That's what I'm saying. Who will be a high profile?
Let's just run off some names.
I mean, but I
ain't gonna play with the Rock. Like
no, but I'm just thinking like right now, like when you said a higher profile than Diddy, because like okay, Jay-Z, like who else could you put in that's higher that will trump? You know what I'm saying? Take the press off of Diddy. I don't think it ain't too many other people.
I don't necessarily know if it's gonna take the press off of whoever it is. I think the person just if this is another man, I don't necessarily know if they wanted to come out or if this is somebody who's never been affiliated with Diddy. Like let's I'm trying to think. Like if this was just sit here and say allegedly or hypothetically, if this was Kim Kardashian, would it be more beneficial to her to allow it to just go out? Because now I can play the victim and I can kind of really because listen to what the lady just said. This person didn't like the way the video was looking like it was recorded. They didn't know that they were being recorded. So if this is a woman, so if I'm a woman, I would kind of rather it come out and I can take the victim role.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
I don't necessarily. She could take the victim, but I don't know if she could take the victim if her and Diddy having sex in this video.
I think
because that's gonna be even more messy.
I think this. I think I forgot all about that. Kim, that definitely will be.
Because if I'm a male, like let's be clear, if I'm a male athlete, I'm just buying it, nigga. How much let's be clear, a male athlete, it's not as much as these niggas getting paid today. It ain't enough money in the world you can say for me to say nah, keep that video. Especially if you see saying it's me and Diddy naked, and if it's not another person in this video, nah, dog. Even if I'm Kevin Hart, like if I'm Kevin, dog, you seen what happened to you, and that was just a weak ass little cheating video. If it's a video of you and Diddy butt ass naked, nah, dog, he gonna pay for that. So it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like for somebody to kind of drag their feet and say no, I feel like whatever celebrity is, 9 times out of 10, it has to be a female, and realistically, it can be in their favor if this video come out because then they can play the victim. And let's be real. It's 2024. All press is good press. So if I can sit here and especially even for allegedly even for the Kardashians, it's kind of like it's cold for them. They really ain't like they really on their business shit. They haven't been too messy. They don't hear no dating rumors about Kim Kardashian. The last big thing we heard about Kim Kardashian was the Skims ad with I'm just talking about just her name in the press was the Skims ad with the WNBA and the NFL and NBA. That was it. And I was saying, yeah, like you said with the Odell thing, but that's it. All of those things happened at the same time. So that was months ago. You talking about like they ain't had no real big juicy thing attached to their name in a brick.
It makes sense. Could be.
Because if it's anybody else, I'm paying for that video. Like if it's that's the only thing I'm thinking. Like, because if it's a man, if you sitting here saying Jay-Z, LeBron, whoever, any of these high like super OD male celebrities, it's no way in hell I'm not buying that video. Just because I'm still in my mind, if I'm a man, I'm looking at dog. I seen how that shit played out for Diddy the last time somebody sit here and offered to sell him a video and he said no. And then I know how homophobic the rest of the world is. So if it's like I gotta really see what's going on in this video. So if you see him saying it's me and Diddy slanging dick and it's another man laid out here, because let's be clear, also in this week, what happened was a male sex worker came out and sit here and he had his own video footage and said he's willing to testify against Diddy. And let's be clear, we talked about it when this story first broke. The shit that got people really in an uproar talking was because of the gay sex. It had nothing else to do with.
All right. The fucked up they asked
Oh yeah, he came out and said he came out and denied all the he denied it. I do want to play this little clip because this shit is funny as shit. Oh my god.
I brought women into my life. He would buy them a bag of like toys. And so I'd meet this woman for the first time and
great
she'd have
idea.
a bag of WWF action figures.
Fuck, that's awesome.
And
it's bait.
It was two, and I took it.
Yeah. My mom was like, I'm going to let you go to San Francisco for Christmas. My dad's not paying child support. He's living on his mom's couch in her den. And my dad goes, what guys are you into? And I go, right now, wrestling and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My dad's like, okay. And I go out to Marin for Christmas, and my fucking dad got me the Ninja Turtle van, Shredder's Cadillac.
Holy shit.
Every wrestler I didn't have that I couldn't find. My dad knew exactly how to push my buttons.
Shitty dads give the best gifts because that's their moment to make up for everything.
When I go back to Colorado, my mom would be like, do your chores, do your homework.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this fucking bitch, no wonder Gary split. Like, you know, I'd fucking steal money from you too. I mean, he's brainwashing me.
When my dad brought women into my life,
Oh man, I just had to play that because that to me, I just thought because one, I'm old enough to remember all of those toys as a kid, and I kind of only could just remember just like how fire that probably would be as a kid if you kind of like had to go to two different parents and your dad just got the fire fucking gifts.
Back off suspension.
Oh, it's all good. I needed that little break. That boy beat the brakes, caliber, water pump. The start off your stupid ass. You didn't see the fight because they jumped me. Oh, baby, I saw it. And you got your ass handed to you like you left the country to go get your body done. You better be quiet before I pay Lenora with a dog walk your scare ass in here. Ooh, I seen my fucking Cash App so fast. What it is? Y'all wasting y'all time because Darren, they don't fight. I'm just getting people taken out. You should be tired of getting people taken out. No. Ain't you on abortion 13? You probably know how to do the operation on yourself now. There you go. Always worrying about my body. Bitch, worry about your grandma's body. Ain't that hoe a vegetable? Bitch, y'all should be ready to put that hoe in the ground like a carrot. Unlike you, we waiting until the doctor says it's time. And she still got 9 months to live. And I know you're not familiar with letting somebody live that long. Bitch, I still call the boys that can beat the fuck out you. She started with me. I wasn't even going to fuck with her. Welcome back.
Nigga, that is the so all the time. Is it, you sent this to me? Is do this dude? Cause I seen in the comments, I seen people saying here saying, do they go back and forth like he play these two characters on the regular or something? Because I seen somebody like he normally beat. I mean, the girl normally beat him. Oh, and I forgot real quick. Let's go back to sidebar when we was talking about this Diddy situation. I forgot. I don't know how I missed on this part. So Young Miami is being caught up, I guess, brought up in some of these charges. It says Young Miami is accused of harassing some of the women who were it claims in these Diddy lawsuits. So one of the women, I guess, hold on, this is alleged claim that he got Jane Doe pregnant and drugged and assault and over there in the spot and basically had Carisha call and harass her.
Was that the last one?
No, this said Jane Doe. So this on they didn't give a name of who this woman is. Repeatedly calling it Jane Doe and calling her to tell her to have an abortion.
That gotta be because that's when they was together, right?
I don't know because they saying Jane Doe. They ain't giving a name. So I don't want to sit here and just assume that he just because who knows? We don't necessarily know how many other women he had pregnant before. So it's kind of like it's hard to make that assumption. So it's just like, yeah, I kind of feel bad for I feel bad for Young Miami. The only reason why I feel bad for Young Miami because it's just like you was just trying to reap the benefits of a come up. And it was kind of like you in the midst of you trying to reap the benefits of the come up, you kind of just put yourself in a fucked up situation. So I mean, it kind of that it is what it is. Y'all want to stay in parent? Let's go. I guess we ain't get into parenting yet today. So let's get into parenting. Of course, one of probably the worst parents in the world is probably Little Boosie. So of course, I don't necessarily know where this clip came from. I don't even necessarily know it's a clip because I was looking for the clip of Boosie actually saying this. Now it is a clip. The audio is not that great, so I'm not going to sit here and play the clip of him going back and forth with Young Miami. I might as well still play it because everybody may have not seen it. But anyway, Boosie did a live. I believe Carisha had a Carisha Please, and Boosie was on the Carisha Please, and basically sitting here saying. Carisha asked him, why are you so messy? Why are you always in the gays business? And he was like, bro, I'm not in y'all business, but I say stuff that everybody else want to hear me say. I'm not sitting here saying that nothing that nobody else will say. So that did kind of start up a conversation because in that thing, Boosie basically was sitting here because Carisha got a son. And of course, y'all remember Carisha got dragged before because she was on social media one time. And I believe she sit here and said, if my son was gay or something, I'd beat him with a Barbie house or something like that. I can't remember exactly what she said verbatim. So Boosie asked her, what would you do if your son asked you to take him to get his nails done?
Oh, you asking?
I mean, oh no, that's what I mean. No. That that's what he asked her, and then she kind of just, was kind of like, all right, you got a point, whatever the case may be, and allow him to cook. So that kind of led. I don't know where the conversation went from after that, but it basically Boosie. It was like I said, I'm trying to find the video of him saying this. Oh no, it is. He said,
I told you she was gay. It was nothing. I mean, she still can't bring her situation to our house. My daughter is grown. Well, why? She's grown. Because I don't want it to contaminate her other. It's a generation we raising. I don't want her to get to contaminate it to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way.
Yeah, Boosie crazy.
If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm going to stand on. If I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, what's that, daddy?
Contaminated.
To somebody she looks up to, it's not going to come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. Oh, because you just took your daughter car. Because she took her car. She said,
So real quick. So again, like I said, so it was a clip, and he did say it with Carisha. So basically, again, so his daughter did make a video. For people who don't know who his daughter is, her name is Ivy. And let's be clear, that is the daughter who has the videos. So she be rapping her ass off. She would probably had at least like 5 different freestyle videos that has been going viral, especially on TikTok. They definitely do crazy numbers when she do her freestyles. And of course, I think she had like little videos. I believe her and her girlfriend went to like Jamaica or something, and she came out. I think that's how Boosie even found out that she came out, and I believe that's what she even said in her video. So I'm going to play her response to her dad, and then we can kind of get into how social media felt and how somebody had a viral tweet saying that there's a reason why Boosie won't never be canceled.
I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is. So I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating and putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad. If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him with you. And every time I turn around, it's like you bash me. It's like you bash me. And it's like the whole world can go against you, but Ivy won't. Since I've been a little girl, I never would go against you. And I think I'm really fed up. And you get to talking about God. Like, I don't know my God with you. You rather go to the internet and have a conversation with the internet about your kids before you come to us and have that conversation. He done did about 6, 7 interviews about me being gay, right? He never not have one sit down with me, myself, just him and Aviana, and ask me why you became that way, Fat. What triggered you? It never been that. Every question y'all asking him, and he giving y'all them answers. If I go ask him that, he wouldn't give me an answer. You know what I'm saying? He don't. The things that he do, bro, I would have never thought he would do. And it's like, I came to the point to where You rather go to the internet.
So again, like I said, so it was a tweet that was going viral and it was sitting here saying Boosie won't never be canceled because he speaks for a large voice in the black community that people don't want to be honest is still around. In which realistically, I'm sure if you are heavy in the church, you see it. Let's be clear, it's some pastors who still lean heavy on, it's a popular pastor here. And he got a mega church here in the DMV, like probably is the most popular pastor. And he stand on business heavy on, he don't play no type of games when it comes to the LGBTQ community. He ain't rocking for that shit. It's not in the Bible. He's standing 10 toes down on that business. No. And if you feel uncomfortable, you can bounce. He didn't kick people out of his choir, his people who do the like in the music zone and all that. He didn't kick them out. So I do agree when people say there is a large community who do agree with Boosie. And realistically, that's why Boosie feels so comfortable, because there is a large group of people who will support what he's saying. Do I think he's dead ass wrong? I do think you absolutely wrong. Can I kind of understand maybe where he coming from? If his kids was younger, like what she's saying, no, they teenagers. Me sitting here bringing a girl, no, we can have real adult conversations. So it's not nobody sitting here who won't, like, that don't kind of make sense. If they were little kids, I kind of understand it a lot more. But if they all teenagers where you can have real conversations with them, then I totally disagree with what Boosie talking about.
Because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself what, like she said, what made her go that way? What made her gay? Who did you have in her life, or what has she seen as a child to make her that way? So for you to just say, oh, well, I'm not going to let her contaminate my other children, you could have contaminated her, for lack of better words. Maybe she saw how you treated females, and she said she don't want to deal with no dude because of the way that you acted.
That's a great point. So
like, you can't call her out because of what she is. And like you said, I understand it, but have a conversation with her about it.
Do you think Boosie is one of, do you think he's one of those parents where it's kind of like he old school, whatever I say go type of parent?
I mean, I don't know, because he's the same person that paid a prostitute, right, to sleep with his teenage
yeah,
son.
for sure.
So for you to judge your daughter for being gay and you let a grown prostitute have sex with your teenage son, who are you to judge?
For sure.
And that could be the reason why she is the way, she chose not to date men.
Yeah, and so and that's why, like I said, I guess it's just, and you can even hear just like how strong and heavy she is on with that country accent. And then let's be clear, I do think realistically the sad thing is, because the world we live in, when you hear or you think about somebody that stern in the South, the sad thing is white people get a bad reputation with that, because we think that's only like Trump support and white old like MAGA hat wearing people. No, it's still a lot of black people with that same Southern Bible belt raising type of parents. I think Boosie is a huge hypocrite, because like you said, him sitting here paying for a prostitute, like if Boosie never came out and said stuff like that, I think a lot more people would kind of understand. Because the crazy thing is, at the beginning of the week, he had, right after we finished recording last week, he had a video going viral with him and T.I. pressing their sons out about having guns and smoking weed in their videos, and like, what y'all nigga, y'all don't even live this type of life. Why do y'all even got guns and drugs all in y'all video? Like, you sitting here, y'all just doing too much. So he had that video with niggas like, oh, that's kind of fire. T.I. and Boosie holding their sons accountable, but then it was just like, nigga, the week can't even be over, and here come you sitting here chastising your daughter. But like I said, I kind of understand it, because one, they are from Louisiana. Even when you hear his daughter talk, I do, and I understand people in the South aren't as progressive as people up north are. And I do think, like I said, for this, the sad thing is everybody kind of only think there's white people who kind of behave like that in the South and they are the Trump supporters. Where no, there is a lot of black people who feel exactly like Boosie. And really be, and it crazy, and that's why she, even when she said it, was like, you trying to bring God into it, like, nigga, how you gonna bring God into something, and you was literally on death row for killing somebody?
Yeah, it's like you being a hypocrite. You can't quote the Bible where the Bible says don't do this, and then you turn around and do something.
Stuff not a lot of stuff that the Bible say don't do.
And at the end of the day, if you in the church and you heavy in the church or whatever your religion is, you know that God knows your heart. So I don't have to prove anything to anybody. God knows my heart. He knows who I am. He knows me better than you know me.
For sure.
So it's not for you to judge me or condemn me because of the lifestyle that I'm living. And like I said, look at yourself as why I chose this lifestyle.
Yeah, I do. I mean, of course. So I guess as a parent, do you think that the parent should take some, I don't want to say blame, because I don't want to make it seem like they're doing something wrong, but do you think the parents should take some responsibility in that?
I don't feel like they should, because
just like you said, how did Boosie know that he may have not been one of Because you don't know what she's saying, because you was locked up for so, and she's still kind of young, like she ain't super old, like she maybe like in her teens or like her early 20s, but still, like you said, you was locked up for 8 years. What if she seen her mother getting beat by some nigga and that kind of turned her off from ever wanting to date men? Because like she said, you never took down and sit down and ask me what pushed me towards that direction. You may not never know what I seen when you was locked up and I was sitting here trying to I had to live with my mother while I kind of had to fend for myself sometimes. Because let's be clear, we hear and you see all the time, even tying it back into power. Like last week when Effie sit here and called her mother, I was like, well, you sit here and chose this dude who was molesting me. Nobody know, because she didn't go into no details, but she sit here and said, no, you never sat down and even asked me why.
And that's the thing. I feel like there's not a book that you can read about parenting. So nobody is a perfect parent. You're going to make mistakes.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, you have to, as a parent, you have to hold yourself accountable for some of the things that your children might say to you or how you made them feel. So in a situation like that, you have to hold yourself accountable. If something happened to her while you were locked up, that's your fault for not being there for her. So you have to be able to hold yourself accountable and know that, okay, well, you could have played a role in why things turned out the way that they did. It's not just all her fault.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. I guess just real quick, because we didn't get into it last week, but I do kind of want to get into a little bit of fuck the goddamn links. Into a little bit into the NFL stats and scores. Real quick, shout outs to Jaden Daniels, because the Washington Redskins are now on a 2-game winning streak. And matter of fact, they are sitting number 1 in their division because the Eagles lost today. So that is kind of nuts. I'm not gonna sit here and say that nobody didn't have that on their bingo card, because I definitely did. If y'all go back when me and Marcus was doing picks for who would win the division before the season started, I did say don't sleep because the Redskins may win that division. But let's just go over some of the scores of the week from this week's game. Of course, it was a Thursday night game where it was the Cowboys versus the Giants, and that score was 20-15. And let's be clear, I don't necessarily, if you are a Cowboys fan, I don't know how you should actually feel about this season, because the Giants is dog shit, dog. The Giants could not get in the end zone to save their life, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed because I had a parlay. I had Cowboys winning the game, but I just needed a touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. He did give me the touchdown, and one from Malik Neighbors, and nigga, he didn't get nowhere near the goddamn end zone. The Giants could not get.
For real, he did?
Hell no, nigga. I'm like, nigga, he had
a good game, right?
Yeah, no, like they was throwing him a bunch of like dink and dunk type of jumps. Like he caught a bunch of passes, but not for no real. Like his biggest jump was maybe for like 30 yards, and that was like early in the game. After that one big catch, nigga, it was all them shits was like little.
Slim, nice.
No, he a dog. I told you that. But
Slim,
but still, but you got to think about it. He's their only option. Yeah. So they started to double team him. It was like, nigga, you can't keep, how much you gonna keep going to him? Like they had this nigga doubled and triple team, so it wasn't too much he could do. So like I said, I'm necessarily, like, I get it, a win is a win, but if I'm a Cowboys fan, I don't necessarily know how good I will feel about my team. And I guess why we can stay in that division. The Eagles they lost. They got their cheeks smacked today. They started off like, they're not even started off the game. Ended, they still lost. They got blown out. The Buccaneers beat them 33-16. The Eagles look like shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, I guess if you're an Eagles fan, your only excuse you can have is, okay, you didn't have AJ Brown and you didn't have Devontae Smith this week. So I mean, I guess, but
shit, you still got freaking Saquon Barkley, Hurts. You got other wide receivers.
You ain't got no other wide receivers now. Both of your wide receivers out. They still only
they had somebody else. Remember they had like 3. They got somebody else during the offseason.
Yeah, they got the nigga who played for the come on, Ravens. You can't go. That's the shit to be blowing me about the Ravens. Like they get too comfortable after they get a lead. Yeah, but I mean they did get the dude from the Redskins. But I mean,
no, it was somebody else they had. I thought they got.
No, that's what they got. That's what they picked up. That was their third wide receiver they picked up. I forgot. I can't remember the dude name from the Redskins, but that was still Jalen Hurts don't feel comfortable throwing him the ball because he threw the majority of his passes today. And even last week, towards the end of that game, after Devontae Smith got injured, it was to the tight end. I can't remember his last name. It start with a G. Big white boy though. He's slow as hell. But I guess real quick, the rest of the rest of the games, the Bengals and the Panthers. The Bengals beat the Panthers 34-24. So that little quarterback, pre-nut that y'all had in North Carolina, y'all gonna figure that one out the hard way because the Bengals came to town and the Bengals got their first victory of the season. The Saints beat the Falcons. No, the Falcons beat the Saints 26-24. That was a close game. The Texans beat the Jaguars. The Jaguars are now 0-4. All you Trevor Lawrence loving niggas, I want to holler at y'all. The Broncos beat the Jets to 10-9. Ooh, that was nasty. The Vikings beat the Packers in the shootout 31-29. A close game. The Steelers.
They shouldn't have let him play. Who? Oh, Jordan Love. I feel like that just fucked them all up. I would have stuck with Malik with
But you don't want to get a nigga too much confidence because then you're gonna have a quarterback controversy.
But it's not even a quarterback controversy. I want you to be 100%. I feel like Jordan Love was not 100%.
No, for sure.
So why even chance that? Especially that's a rival game. I would have waited that.
I know. I'm listening to myself. I agree with what you saying, but I know for a fact how quick they be trying to stir it up that quarterback controversy shit.
But it's fine for it is fine. It's competitive. That's what you need in sports. But my only thing is just like, all right, so you play Love this game, you play him another game, he's stinking up. And it's like, all right, shit. All the games we lost, it was because of Love was in playing the game. The 2 games we won, it was Malik. See, that's why I'm saying I would have just kept going with Malik until Love was 100%.
No, I'm listening to what I'm saying. I'm with you, but I understand how quick they be trying to throw in the quarterback controversy. And the only other thing is you got to think about it. Jordan Love really only got 1 season under his belt. So I don't necessarily know for his ego and for his confidence, I don't necessarily know if it's too early to really give him some controversy. Like realistically, this is 2nd season as a starter. Like I said, other news, the Colts beat the Steelers in a close game, and this of course Marcus is a Steelers fan, and he got mad at me last week because I wanted to give my man credit, but this week this motherfucker earned this credit because that defense was not holding. Joe Flacco came in and stuck dick to that goddamn defense, and my boy did not back down. Give Jalen fucking Fields his goddamn round of applause. Throw them fucking flowers at that boy feet. When all else fails, that nigga got it done 3 drives in a row. Touchdown. Now let's be clear, he did at the last drive.
Couple times.
But still, that when it counted, nigga, when they was down and the defense couldn't get a stop, he marched down the field. You can't discredit the nigga, dog.
No, you can't discredit. But like I said, but he also went back to his old way. You know what I'm saying? Like when they started talking about his turnovers and how he the missed snaps.
I mean, but that was kind of just like it was just him and the center had a fucking
no. And but that's what I'm saying. But how easy, like you said, the last game he had, and even this game, him bringing them back, but you also can see, like, all right, they about to say, oh, let's bring Russell in. But at halftime, they was definitely about to bring Russell in.
But all I'm just after that 3, and listen to what I'm saying. After them 3 drives, I don't nigga Russell Wilson he can get comfortable on that goddamn sideline, dog. That nigga Jason, and listen to what I'm saying, and that's why I told you I like to be on the timeline, actually just looking at like niggas was losing their mind when Justin Fields kept getting that ball, and this nigga, I'm like, nigga, this nigga at the 3rd drive, and he going back to back 3 touchdowns in a row, nigga. Because let's be clear, if the Steelers defense would have played how they've been playing the previous other week, nigga, they win that game with him doing them 3 drives. That nigga was like, I could not believe. I'm like, dog, he is real live playing like a goddamn demon right now. Like that nigga, that to me was some of his best football I seen him play in a long time, dog. Like I'm talking with confidence when he's not trying to force nothing, and even them passes, like nigga, them big passes. What's our wide receiver name? Pickens, nigga. Them passes to him, them shits was on the money. That one joint on the sideline, he hit the nigga and he right on his shoulder. I'm like, God damn, Justin Fields, nigga, he was looking like a baller today.
And also what messed us up when what's name went down, Patterson. Because that was kind of like the little 1-2 punch him and Fields was doing, and that's when it all started off. But then when he went down, it was like, all right.
Yeah, but that was a good game. That was one of them jumps where if I'm a Steelers fan, I'm not taking that loss. I'm not gonna take that shit to heart. Like that showed you a lot. Which you got to see the real potential that you really got in Justin Fields, and you know for a fact it ain't too many games that your defense gonna allow an offense to kind of like dominate them like that. So you know realistically, all right, that's kind of a fluke. I can take that. I can take that L where it's still realistically you still got the best record in the division. And that was another thing that I called early in the year. So like I said, that's 24-27. The Colts beat the Steelers. Rams and the Bears 24-18. That was probably a little too close. We already talked about the Bucks and the Eagles. The 49ers beat the Patriots, so the Patriots is back to their normal self because we did week 1. I kind of was questioning it. Like I said, going back into the Commanders and the Cardinals, I was on the fence. That was one of the games I didn't bet on because I really don't bet when there's 2 black quarterbacks, especially 2 of them that I speak on highly. Of course, like I said, Jalen Daniels is looking like right now, Jalen Daniels is looking like the runaway rookie of the year. 42 points, 14. Like the Redskins real life look like a total different team. And I said it just to say it, to kind of almost like to have like a hot take at the beginning of the season to be like they was going to be the best team in their division. But if we talking about actually after watching the games into the season, like nigga, they legitimately look like the best team in that division. Like, even if you just looking off of stats and looking up like who putting up the most points scoring wise, nigga, they didn't put up the most points in that whole division. Them first 2 games, they started off rocky. The last 2 games, nigga, they been balling. He outballed Joe Burrow and nigga sit here and outballed fucking Kyler Murray. So, like I said, 42-14, the Commanders beat the Cardinals. Jalen Daniels, like I said, running away, looking like the rookie of the year right now. Dog, the Kansas City Chiefs are pissing me off. Because, dog, they are playing like ass, and they still keep finding a way to win. They are now 4-0. They beat the Chargers 17-10. The Raiders beat the Browns. I feel bad for Deshaun Watson because, nigga, they getting you out of here. Right now, while we are recording live, the Ravens are beating the Bills 21-10. They are in the third quarter. So hopefully the Ravens can hold this one. Don't give a nigga another nail biter. I do want kind of WNBA scores real quick.
No, that's the kind of crazy thing. Like even with the Browns,
links
with the Browns doing that, like how much money you guaranteed this man and the 2 quarterbacks that you gave up on are actually
they actually balling.
And you had Flacco last year,
yeah.
did what he did, and you still didn't say, hey, stay here. And you let fucking Baker Mayfield go, and he doing what he doing in Tampa. That's crazy.
Yeah. So just real quick, while we recording it also is a WNBA semifinals game going on right now. The score is 69-68. The Connecticut Sun are up on the Minnesota Lynx. And earlier today, the Liberty, they kind of wiped the floor with the Las Vegas Aces. Did we say that Asia Wilson got the MVP last week? We talked about it. Yeah, okay, yeah. So like I said, we did talk about it. So yeah, like I said, the Liberty did beat the Aces. Spike Lee was at the game, and that's why I do want to sit here and say, because I seen some people, of course, you can't take the comment section, but for so much. But I seen some people was like, he shouldn't be sitting here hackling the women. Let's be clear, because during the game, Spike Lee got out of his seat and he was talking trash to Kelsey Plum. Of course, Kelsey Plum was the young lady who was married to the tight end for the Giants. He retired now, but so he don't play for the Giants no more. But anyway, still, just long story short, for people who are maybe a little bit too tender, too soft for how sports go and for who Spike Lee is, that moment for her and for the WNBA is large, because I grew up on a time when Spike Lee ain't hackling no bum ass nigga. He ain't even gonna waste his time on that. But we talking about elite back and forths with Spike. Reggie Miller may only be Reggie Miller because of Spike Lee. Let's be clear, like that fucking him going back and forth with Spike Lee and then having that, I forgot how many threes he hit in like 0.something seconds against the Knicks to sit here and beat them in the playoffs. Like Spike Lee might back and forth with Michael Jordan, like dogs going back and forth with Spike Lee and you playing in New York is like some iconic, legendary stuff. So for Spike Lee to be at the last 2 Liberty game and he real live really giving it up, that is a huge look for the WNBA and a huge look for Liberty, because when you think about New York basketball, nigga, we think about Spike Lee. The Brooklyn Nets ain't nothing because they don't got Spike Lee. So because the Liberty is their only WNBA team, so for him to allow them his likeness and his presence of New York basketball, like, bro, shout outs to Spike Lee, shout outs to the Liberty. The Liberty handled business. They beat Breonna Stewart, had 34. I believe how much did I believe Nescu had like 20 something. I can't remember off the top. How much did she have? She had. What was their score? Hold on. I can't find it. But anyway, yeah, so they won. That's it for sports. Let's get in. I'm getting to your man, Big Freaky Shaq.
% faithful. Like, what? Niggas couldn't even, like, I was untouchable, baby. He saw the DM. So Shaq was at the party. It was a girl standing beside me, and she was like trying to get a picture. And she was like, can you tap him to get a picture? And I tapped Shaq, and I'm like, she wants a picture. I asked Shaq.
But wait. Did he know that you and Shaq was DMing prior to that?
I told you, he grabbed my phone and looked at it and was like, I want to see what niggas have been DMing.
So you, wait a minute. Hold on. So you know this man know you and Shaq done DM.
I never DM'd him back.
But you know Shaq done DM'd you.
A period. He didn't DM you.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
I didn't speak to him. I said, she want to take a picture. That was it. That was all. That was it. Shaq said no. He was like, no. And I was like, girl, look, I said, girl. He said no. When I was with Val, I was 1,000. It wasn't for me. It was for her.
Yeah.
And then he was like, ha, 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 I'm just joking. And I think the ha, 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 I'm just joking sent your boy off.
Oh, so Shaq flirted with you?
I guess, but I didn't take
You don't guess. That was a flirt.
Ha, ha, ha.
All that was a flirt.
I wasn't doing it with ill intent. Like, I'm trying to get his attention. But he didn't do it there. It was when we got in the car that it set him, like, as soon as we got in the car,
it's just
the fuck you think you doing talking to niggas, da, da, da. And I'm just like, what is going on? So I'm just quiet because that's just my nature. I'm just quiet. And y'all seen the elevator. Y'all seen the elevator shit. That's what happened in the elevator.
The elevator.
And I was just being quiet because that's just how I
That elevator video was crazy.
It was over some, I think you.
So did y'all see have y'all seen the elevator video of Bow Wow turning up on this girl?
A long time ago, yeah.
But so just, I guess, I'm trying to figure out it. I mean, he ain't put his hands on her, but he was piping up like he's wanted her phone. So, was Bow Wow out of pocket?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember him putting hands on her. But
No, he didn't put. I'm watching the video right now. He never put his hands on her. He just got.
He was aggressive.
Yeah, he was super aggressive.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and because he Bow, you can't take that out on Shaq. You know you can't. You ain't nothing. You can, nigga. You're Bow Wow. You're like 5 foot something, and Shaq is like 7'3". What the fuck is you really gonna say to Shaq?
So then go take your L in peace. Like, what you turning up on the female for?
I really don't want to give no excuses. Well, I can give some excuses because he didn't put his hands on her, so it's cool. I can defend Bow Wow because it's just realistic. Because you are, if you know that this nigga DM'd you before, you shouldn't have no conversations with him in public, in real life, especially in front of me. You shouldn't.
But if I shot him down, if I didn't feed into whatever he was saying and he spoke, or like, what's the issue? If you secure within your manhood, it's
gonna be hard because he's Bow Wow and he's Shaq.
But
you asking a lot of me to be. You asking for me to have a lot of security.
I didn't entertain him. So what's the
Yeah,
issue?
you didn't entertain him in the DM, but now in public, you're having a conversation with him, knowing he DM'd you before.
But how the conversation could have been like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay." Like,
it don't matter. You shouldn't be talking to him in public and me and you together. Me and you here together, and you know that this nigga DM'd you before. You shouldn't say nothing to him in public.
but he's still Shaq. It's not like some random dude.
So that's my point. So guess what? And that's my point of just what you listen what you just said, and that is the reason why I turned up.
Were you insecure? Like what?
Yeah, that's on you then, because that's like okay. What if the baby mom's like, okay, you know, like what Future was around, you can't talk to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's on you for real.
What's on me?
If you saying that she can't have a conversation regardless of the past or whatever, you saying she can't have a conversation with the person in front of me?
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't have a conversation. This was a regular person, but because it's Shaq and he's DM'd you before and he shot at you in the DM, if you acknowledging him in public, now to me, again, when we're talking about how people misperceive stuff and sit here and feel like you opening another door, now I can kind of feel like you sitting here trying to let Shaq know, like,
but this is in public.
So that's even worse because
you should have a problem if I'm acknowledging him in private and you know nothing about it. If I'm talking to him in front of you, then it ain't nothing. And if I haven't entertained any of his DMs, then it's nothing. That's like that little dog at, you know, like the little dog, like the little man at like complex syndrome. Yeah, like that's what that is. You would rather me talk to him in your face than talk to him behind your back.
I guess I'm like I said, I feel where Bow Wow coming from.
Why? Because he's Shaq.
Yeah, because he's Shaq and I'm Bow Wow. Like I'm not on Shaq level. Like,
but I'm with you. So it doesn't matter if I'm with you. What difference do it make?
Oh, good fucking fumble. It don't. I think it still just it still. Because you're with me, that doesn't necessarily mean I feel like if you're entertaining him, and then because it's Shaq, I feel just like you. I feel like you gave Shaq too much room to come back and shoot another shot at another DM again.
Because we had a conversation.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like it's too much.
And let's be clear, dog. Shaq is a horny nigga, dog. It's too many stories of Shaq just shooting his shot at niggas' girls. Like Shaq is a wild dude, though. Shaq could probably live like 90 different fucking lives at this point.
I mean, because they don't know what they want. I mean, there has to be something you like. There has to be something you are interested in.
I think they like everything.
Character.
I think they like everything.
And without types, that's a red flag. Because they don't know what they want.
I mean,
there has to be something you like. There has to be something you are interested in.
I think they like everything. Character. I think they like everything.
So do y'all agree with what they saying? Not even it could be a man and it could be a woman thing. Do y'all think people without a type is a red flag because they like anything?
I don't know if I find it kind of hard to believe that you don't have a type or you're not looking for a specific Not a specific, but you just don't have something that you like.
Okay, so I got a question. Do you think men say they don't have a type because they try to be polite and keep them from being rude?
Yeah, because if they said, "Oh, light skin" or whatever the case may be, it's going to be, "Oh, you a colorist."
Exactly, and that's the first thing when I actually heard this clip. The first thing I thought of, I think most men say they don't have a type because they try to be nice.
But they actually do have a type.
For sure, of course. I think everybody has a type. Even this though, y'all seen what that lady looked like at the beginning of the joke? She had a type, and looking at her, her type should have been the nigga she was in the video with. The nigga that she was describing should not have been her type. Like, if we keep it in a buck, I think everybody got a type, but I think realistically, I think sometimes niggas try to be nice because let's be clear, I don't want to sit here and say an Instagram model is my type, and I'm just know for a fact realistically that ain't what I'm going to even realistically be able to maintain. So if a woman say, "Oh, what's your type?" and she kind of maybe like, let's say she like a 7 or a 6.5. I'm like, I ain't really got no type. It don't matter. I'm really off the vibes. I'm into the woman, how you naturally make me feel. Like, try to come up with some cool shit to sit here and say I ain't got a type, but I kind of like, I know what my soul needs. Basically what that lady was saying at the beginning of the joke.
Yeah.
Because she had a type, and now she went from having a type to saying, I just need my soul touched. Like, that should be bullshit. It's like, people be saying stuff, but it just be like, all right, that shit sound cool. What else was going on in the world? This story was crazy.
Carpenter, do you wish to say anything before sentencing today?
Just a little bit, if that's all right.
You may.
I guess one of the things I was kind of thinking about is just, as I'm seeing these slides and hearing what her family had to say, I agree that she was a really amazing person. She was really nice and very caring. She was someone who would listen to you if you had something going on. She was always concerned and caring, and always appreciate that about her. And I tried to think of something I would want to say, but there's, like they said, there's no real words that can cover something like that, like losing someone like that. So all I can say is that she was amazing, and I appreciate you guys for making her the kind of person that she was.
Michael Jordan Carpenter, you were found guilty by a jury of committing the offense. The court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for life imprisonment without possibility of release.
A Minnesota man, Michael Jordan Carpenter, has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the death of his coworker, Nicole Hammond, in 2022. The incident happened after Hammond repeatedly rejected Carpenter's romantic advances. The night before her death, she sent him a text message clearly stating that she did not want to be touched or manipulated by him. The following morning, Carpenter confronted her in the parking lot of their workplace and fatally fired at her. Carpenter was arrested just hours after the incident, and investigators found messages on Hammond's phone detailing their argument from the previous night. Although coworkers were aware of Carpenter's harassment, no formal complaint had been made to management, leaving the company unaware of the situation. Hammond, who was planning to start her own jewelry business, was remembered for her talent and kindness.
Mr. Carpenter.
There's some crazy people in this world, though. That's all I wanted to say. That's the reason why I wanted to play that, because it's just a lot of wild. There's some sick people out here, dog. It's some real life sick people out here. Just real quick, have y'all any of y'all seen fuck? I know people talking shit, my joke. Damn, so okay, I guess because we was recording, the Connecticut Sun did beat the Minnesota Lynx. Damn, that shit just blew me. And I bet with them, that fucked my parlay up today. I have been watching Bel Air, and basically it was an episode on there where Aunt Viv got caught not necessarily cheating, but kind of cheating. Realistically, I guess, so first, Uncle Phil got caught cheating. Uncle Phil got caught cheating because it was a lady he was working with in his law firm, and her law firm was working together. They end up having a kiss. The woman said he end up snitching to Aunt Viv. And then, so it kind of been sitting with Aunt Viv the wrong way. So it was some dude that she had. He was like I want to say he was a chef or something, whatever the case may be. Nigga was super strong, tatted, and all other crazy stuff. He looked like the complete opposite from Uncle Phil. And of course, let's be clear for people who haven't seen the new Bel-Air, Uncle Phil ain't the fat Uncle Phil no more. Like Uncle Phil is still a nice looking man. Like he in shape too, but this nigga look like he looked like he like 10 years younger than Aunt Viv and them. So they had a dinner. So anyway, so Uncle Phil catch them on a little dinner date on there. And the crazy thing is, it's on their anniversary. So Uncle Phil walk in, he see it, he don't blow up on them. He don't blow up on Aunt Viv. He caught her like literally having a lunch date with this dude at her office or whatever the case may be. He didn't blow up. He just took the L. He was like, whatever the case may be. He told her, nah, it's cool. And she's like, you don't want to talk about it? He's like, nah, I know, I trust you. You my wife, whatever the case may be. Basically, because she blew up on him when she found out the information. So he kind of trying to be the bigger person when he see this. Because let's be clear, any normal man see his wife, he comes at her job, she out having lunch with another man, you're going to lose your mind. Uncle Phil played it super cool. And so he played it super cool and just let it roll. So anyway, they went to dinner and they basically went out, and so then they both copped to why they started to flirt with other people. And Aunt Viv said to his face, she was like, so you don't want to know why I went on a date? He was like, all right, cool, tell me. So he was like, I think the man's sexier than you, whatever the case may be. And he just turned me on because he finds me attractive, and you just don't, you act like you don't tell me that I'm pretty no more. So when he tell me because he's a sexier man, it just do something to me. So then after she said that to him, he say to her, the reason why he ended up kissing that lady is because he found her attractive, and she was sitting here, kept complimenting him, saying how good he looked or whatever the case may be. I was just thinking there's no way in hell that my significant other could just say some shit like that to me at dinner. This is on their anniversary. I forgot. I think it was like their 25-year anniversary. Uncle Phil done rented out some fucking nice ass restaurant. They literally got the restaurant to themselves. And you sitting here got the audacity to tell me to my face that this man. Yeah, I'm cool though. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching that, I was just like, it's no way in hell. Dog. And they took it. They took it. They took each other's response and they allowed that for them to sit here and have a moment where they hugged it, they kissed it out, they danced, they smiled about it, and they made amends that we're gonna start putting our relationship in front of everything else instead of making the kids our priority or whatever the case may be. But I just hearing that, I was just like, bro, it's no way in hell somebody gonna sit here and tell my wife gonna tell me that another man is more attractive than me. Nah. That shit would have drove me crazy. And this man wasn't no ugly man. This shit would have absolutely made me lose my goddamn mind.
But I think you're missing the point. The point is that he made her feel, I haven't watched any of it yet, but I think the point is that he made her feel like pretty, beautiful. Not that he was sexy. Yeah, she said that maybe to get under his skin, but at the end of the day, you lacking on letting me know that, how you feel about me.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with what you're saying, and I think realistically, and of course, just like most men, for Uncle Phil, he kept thinking because I'm providing a lifestyle where you don't got to work, you don't got to do nothing. You kind of just realistically, I mean, we all, you just seen the regular Fresh Prince, Aunt Viv ain't got to have no job. She don't need no job. So, and it's still like the house on this Bel-Air shit is 100 times bigger than whatever house they was living in on the regular Fresh Prince. So it's even 100 times more different. So, I mean, I do agree with you. And she told him that, like, yeah, you be buying me stuff, you buy me flowers, but I feel like you're just doing it just to do it. You're not doing it with no real attention. You're doing it because you can afford to do it. Yeah, and that's the difference.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. So I would rather, it might have stung to be like, oh, he looked better than me. But at the end of the day, like, we were able to come to and see why both of us did what we did and work on it and be better at our marriage.
So I guess my question is, do you think you could have been Uncle Phil and be able to be the bigger person and walk in on your significant other having a date?
You can't, because you don't know the situation behind it.
But your initial thoughts, like if you sit here, your significant other, they like because Aunt Viv had like a balcony at her office, so she in her office sitting on a balcony having lunch with somebody else. You would have walked in and seen that. You think you could have just played it off cool?
I mean, you gonna feel, but you can't just flip out. I will feel some type of way, but I'm not gonna embarrass myself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna show my ass. But like you don't have a leg to stand on. Didn't you say he kissed somebody?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't come in here questioning me about what I got going on when you just kissed some other woman.
Yeah, that was the tough part. That was the tough part. I do want to play. See, the Diddy should be blowing me. Have you heard any of the jumps with Diddy and his lawyer? I mean, his lawyer talking. His lawyer is crazy, dog. Like, why is his lawyer doing a TMZ jump? The reason why I want to play because TMZ keep playing these music behind the jump, but this nigga is crazy. Like, why are you doing interviews?
He said that's the one. He said Diddy was going to get on the stand.
Yeah,
I saw a little bit of it. Yeah.
Like this nigga's crazy, but I'm gonna play this clip from this other lady anyway.
If you started talking to a man and you know for a fact or you believe he's dealing with other women, that's good.
Oh no, she played the fucking music. I hate when people play music in their background. They be fucking it up. I guess let's get into Cardi B then, because all else fails. We can get into Cardi.
You can relate that.
Nigga, I don't care. I don't care, nigga. I don't care. At the end of the day, they pussy must not be that good that you was fucking up. You was blowing up my phone all weekend. All weekend you was blowing up my phone. I blocked you. Even though I know you was gonna go to Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't want to know what you was doing out there. I told you I blocked. You was calling me all private numbers all morning. You was calling my mama, everything. So it's like you trying to show me, trying to get me mad, like, oh, let me show you the bitches I'm fucking. Let me show you the bitches in my DM. I'm gonna hurt her feelings. I don't care. I don't care. That pussy must not be hitting. That you still calling my shit. Trying to get your lick back. Trying to do your big lick back. I don't care. You're fucking lame. And them bitches is lames too. You wanna know why? Because you gotta fuck them bitches in order to get your ego to feel high. You know, I'm too much woman for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm too much of a boss bitch for you. And I've always been too good for you. I've been too good for you. I've been too good for anything that is associated to you. So you gotta fuck other bitches to make yourself feel better. Because I make you feel so low about yourself. Because I don't make you feel like you're that nigga in this home. So that's what you gotta do. So you out here trying to hurt my feelings because you fucking the next bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because them hoes pussy ain't good enough that I be having you crashing out. All weekend. You was mad happy today when I fucking called you today. And the only reason why I called you today is because I'm trying to change my son's school and I need your approval. Other than that, nigga, fuck you. I don't care. Fuck the world. Fuck my ops. I'm gonna fuck your ops. That's why I'm fucking your ops. Yeah, of course, because you don't move with integrity. You're not a street nigga. That's what you do. That's what you do. Oh, I'm gonna go fuck your ops. Boo hoo, nigga. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my ops. You can fuck my friends, nigga. I don't give a shit. You're a lame to me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me for such a fucking long time, because you're not even a real right nigga for me. I make you look good, nigga. Fuck you. Look at the bitch I'm fucking. Fuck you. I don't care. Look at the bitches that I'm fucking. I'm gonna fuck all your ups. I'm gonna fuck. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna fuck them anyways, nigga. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. And them bitches gonna throw you that pussy for 2,000. Bitches gotta survive out here. Bitches gotta survive out here, nigga. Oh, now I'm gonna fuck them bitches. Now I'm gonna fuck bitches. Okay, you could do that. You was gonna do it regardless. You go to a club and you probably get drunk. You give them bitches 2,000 and you was gonna fuck them regardless. Them hoes gotta survive. These hoes is hungry out here. We in a recession, baby. Them hoes gotta get fucked. They gotta get paid. Do that. I don't care. I don't care. Or I'm a watch what I'm gonna do to you. Watch what I'm this, that, blah, 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 blah. You already done it all. You already done it all. You already done it all. You done it all. You done it all. You done it all. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me. You done it all. So I don't care. I don't.
All right, so for people who don't, and real quick, the power of something. I didn't look, but I don't think I've seen it. But I know I almost want to go on a guess because I want to say I don't think that I saw the Shade Room post any of this Cardi B stuff, and I just want to say that's just the power of just, I guess, when they had their little back and forth, because I believe Cardi called it the Shade Room out. This was a long time ago before I even probably. I just want to make sure, double check before I say this, just to make sure that they didn't. I ain't gonna lie to you, that would have probably burnt a hole in my soul though. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. If I was in Shade Room, I don't give a fuck what Cardi B ever said or how much beef me and her had and the reasons of why I wouldn't post this. There's no way in hell I would have missed posting that. Yeah, the Shade Room didn't post it. I knew I wasn't tripping, but I wanted to just double check before I said it. Yeah, it would be no way in hell. I definitely would have still posted it. But anyway, so like I said, so some people was giving pushback because I know I said on here that Cardi B can do better than Offset, and Offset cannot do any better than Cardi B, because let's be real, especially in the hip hop space or in the black culture space, there are only 3 women that's probably more successful or more popular than Cardi B, and that's Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. Both of them are in happy relationships. So realistically, for Offset, there's no room to move up. You only can fuck down. And Cardi B has the world at her. And somebody got in my, and they was trying to send me like all these, like, man, Offset can get this miscellaneous, like this woman from Dubai, she's a billion. I'm like, bro, are you being serious? Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Offset cannot get no miscellaneous whoever from no goddamn Dubai or no other type dog. His lane is that hip hop lane. He only women that he gonna be able to get is strippers, Instagram girls, and fucking whoever, whatever. He ain't female rapper. And guess what? The only female rapper is willing to double cross Cardi would be Nicki, and realistically, Nicki Minaj is not going to she's not going to do that to her husband. Are you dumb? So what the hell are you going to do? So now you're going to sit here and now you're leaving Cardi open for any basketball player, football player, like any of these niggas is real live at this point in time in Offset's career are more successful than him. So the world is her fucking oyster. So it's going to hurt you. Your stomach is going to curl up. And let's be clear. Do I think that she was kind of trolling when she hit him with the and did? Because he got in her comment section and wrote, he was like, tell the people the truth. You had sex while you was pregnant. And she got on Twitter and tweeted and did. I do think that and did was just, nigga, I want you to have an asthma attack. I'm about to give you an asthma attack. And after she said and did, I knew exactly what was going to happen. He was going to crash out. And that's exactly what he did. No, he was on Twitter all night long crashing out. Nigga, I literally made a video, posted it on all my social media, sit here and we started to play a game. He was still crashing out. By the time I went to sleep, that nigga still was tweeting. His heart was hurt. That nigga heart was in his fucking feet. Like, dog, let's be clear, because I think in your mind, and like I said, I think she was trolling. I don't think she actually sit here and let a nigga crack while she was pregnant, because realistically, they were still kissing in the hospital and everything. I don't think she did that, but I do think that and did literally gave that nigga a heart attack. And I think most niggas cannot take you can't take what you dish out. And for any nigga who think that Cardi B can't get a nigga better than Offset, you dumb. You're not being serious with yourself. And for people who just sitting there, let's be clear. I did see some women on TikTok were saying, see, the ladies, this is what happened when you date down. Now, let's not be too disrespectful. Let's be clear. They've been together for 7 years. 7 years ago, Cardi B was not Cardi B. When they first got together, you got to think, when they first got together, that was literally right off after Bad and Bougie. So, nigga, Offset was at the peak of his career. Cardi B career ain't even get started yet. She didn't even have Black and Yellow yet. So let's not sit here and say, oh, this is what happened when you date down. When he met her, she didn't have no career yet. So he was the catch at the time. Now, the way life continues to go and her career then skyrocket past his, no, that's a little bit different. So, but still at this point of where they are both in musically in their career popularity, it ain't no comparison, dog. I hate to tell you that literally she can get I'm sure it's million. It's every NFL, NBA nigga who is single, especially after seeing that video. I'm sure that they in Cardi B jump. I know for a fact they are, because you would be a dumbass if you not. Like, it wouldn't make no sense. There's no way in hell. And I do want to play a clip from this nigga who we talked about him before, maybe like for a hot second. This dude, I think his name Nando, some affiliated with YSL. Him and Offset had a little back and forth because he sit here and said he hopped in Cardi B DM. Let me play this clip of this cornball ass nigga. Damn, did they delete the jump? Oh no, here you go.
Just called my phone, bro. Why you playing with a nigga, bro? Hey man, the truth hurt. You should have been on the internet with your business, my boy. Don't get mad because I'm posting shit on the internet now, but I'm speaking the truth. Now you mad at me. Don't go to calling my phone, hoe ass. We ain't gonna do that, Tinder man. We ain't gonna do that. Cause know what I'm saying? Don't get mad cause I smacked one of your baby mama and I tried to fuck Cardi. I ain't gonna say fuck her. I'm gonna take that back because I ain't no disrespect to Cardi, but I really would just let her know, man, you need a real in your life. Why you letting a nigga drag you through the mud? Like, don't go for that, baby. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I came in her DM. And you cop block because she went. You know what I'm saying? You cop block. Why you telling her, boy, don't any bitch ass nigga have nerve to say, bro, I don't even know you. But put this on your kids, boy. Put this on your kids, you don't know me. When I first started talking to Shia, my boy, you used to pillow talk, you used to throw salt and say all type of sucker sideways. But you been knowing me through Longway them. You been knowing me. And we ain't gonna speak on the street. And the other, you know what's going on, boy. took your
In 2 miles, take a
took
right
your
turn
shit
to
in my robbed your in my hood. Huh? Talk about that, buddy. Put that on your kids online. Upload that and talk about that. Put it on your kids, on your soul.
Again, that's just a little bit of too much clout chasing for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Clout chasing is one of the hardest drugs going in 2024. I'm not gonna lie, it's right next to fentanyl. Between crashing out on social media and for a little bit of clout and hitting the fent, those two left literally go hand in hand. But going back to the Cardi B and Offset thing, of course, the biggest takeaway, because there was a lot of men on the internet that was upset because there was a lot of women who was champion Cardi because they probably believed that she actually allowed somebody to crack her cheeks while she was pregnant. Then there was a lot of men, y'all bitches should sit here and get off the face of this earth. Y'all sitting here champion a man having sex with another woman while she pregnant. Y'all just trifling. Let's be clear. I think I can speak for most men. I can, especially if I can speak for myself. I had sex with a pregnant woman before. Yeah, I'm not about to sit here and make it like it was the greatest thing on earth because I do think realistically, because of course most people you hear, oh, pregnant pussy is the best pussy in the world. I think realistically to have great pregnancy sex, it needs to be your baby mom. I think for you to actually be able to enjoy it and for it to be passionate and for you to be able to appreciate it, it needs to be your baby mother because you realistically you got some type of conscience, especially if it's a woman that you not. Now it's a difference. Like if you start talking to a girl as soon as she got out of a bad relationship and she may be only like 2 months pregnant and y'all done built some type of bond and you planning to play stepdaddy. You met her while she was 2 months pregnant and you sitting here seeing her all the way through the pregnancy and y'all actually going on dates and stuff like that. That may be completely something different. But if I'm talking about you just know this little freak Jones, she pregnant, her and her baby father don't mess with each other and she like 7 or 8 months pregnant, bro, you're not going to really enjoy that pussy because nigga, she going to be showing her stomach big as hell. So you're not going to really go crazy. Like niggas can talk that talk, but you're not going to, let's be for real. I've done it. And it was just like, bro, this shit wasn't fun. Because it was just like, nigga, she's still big as shit. She could barely move around. Like, and you ain't really, I'm not passionate about this woman. So it ain't no missionary and y'all sitting here kissing and all that because she got this big ass stomach in the way. So it's just like, I think that to me is just like, and do I now, the older I get, do I look at it and be like, would I do it now? No, especially not the way niggas is crashing out behind these women now in 2024. I wouldn't even put myself in that type of situation. This was, of course, 10, 15, 16 years ago when I was way younger and I just didn't care, didn't really even evaluate or understand how somebody would feel to find out that you was cranking their baby moms. But that was a big conversation. You've seen a lot of dudes who was upset about it. I don't necessarily know, like, I think a lot of you niggas just be too tender and be too upset about everything that women do on social media because y'all niggas just don't do right. If you do right, guess what's going to happen? No nigga will never have an opportunity to hit your baby mother. So for niggas to be mad about, oh, you sitting here, guess what? If you didn't open that opportunity, it would never happen. But because you left that door open, you left the opportunity for a nigga to hit your baby moms. Y'all not beefing, you stay out the whole relationship and you stay with her through the whole entire pregnancy and y'all still in a relationship, guess what? There will never be no room for it to happen. It will never be no room for another man to come and crank her soldier boy. I don't know what to tell you. That's it. If you want to avoid that and you feel like you don't want to sit here and lose your mind and you don't want to crash out behind your girl sitting here getting piped down, then guess what you should do then? You should stay with her in a relationship. Y'all got any thoughts about the Cardi and Offset? Do you believe her? Do you think she really slept with somebody when she hit him with the and did?
I don't think she did. I think she did it to just like you said, get at him. But I mean, that's what he get.
Yeah, when I seen that and did, I said, ooh, I felt for that nigga. Like I felt him, I felt that pain in my chest for him. I was like, dog, that hurt. Because you, like, again, because it's Cardi, so you know if she really wanted to, she could do it for real. Like, let's be clear, if she really wanted to be petty and she wanted to get another nigga to come and tear them cheeks up, I promise you, a nigga is going to speed to Cardi B.
Well, you should have did right. Like, how many times he cheated on her?
I mean, that part.
So then, okay. Then you in your feelings. You deserve to be in your feelings. You got what you deserve.
But that's why we had that conversation before about who would deal with. I like, dog, at me as I wouldn't be able to deal with that shit.
What you mean?
This would be a turn off. Like if I was a nigga trying to like,
yeah, but you got to think about for who though. You saying that as you were saying that as somebody that's older, but if you somebody in your 20s, I don't know if that's gonna be a turn off.
But I don't think she would go. That's what I'm saying. But for her, I think it would for her to deal with. I don't think she would deal with somebody that young.
What you mean? Why not, nigga? Is she 30? I think she 30 on the nose. Then
yeah, I think she 30.
Yeah, 30 on the nose.
I don't think she would go down that.
Down to what? No, you see
younger because you got to think about it. Right? She's if you saying she's 30 with 3 kids, right? You talking about somebody's younger, you're going to deal with that.
I'm talking about a professional athlete. You sitting here saying you don't think she would deal with that, and Jalen Green fucking got Drea pregnant. What are you talking about?
Right. So I'm saying as a guy, you're not going to deal with that shit.
You're not going to deal with what?
What she got going on right now with that? How Offset is acting? I mean, how he tripping out? Like, just imagine.
Marcus, Trayvon Diggs got Future and Bow Wow baby mother pregnant.
But they don't act. That's what I'm saying. So how he acting? So just imagine if
Russell Wilson took Sierra from Future.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So just imagine how all this spilled out. So if you were the nigga who was fucking her, right, and then they all get nails all now, so you think nobody's going to say nothing to you? You're not going to get asked these in your interviews and all that.
Listen to what you're saying though. If listen to what I'm saying, if you're a professional athlete and you see for a fact how Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift is beneficial to him. Nigga, Cardi B she ain't at the level of Taylor Swift, but nigga, she right under there. If the bar is Taylor Swift and Beyonce, guess who right up under there? Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Nigga, it's not like let's put the bar. It's Adele, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce. Them three is on their own fucking planet. And then it's Nicki and it's fucking Cardi. Cause it's not even no white girl up under Taylor Swift. Like after Taylor Swift, it go back to the black. They ain't got no white girl right up under Taylor Swift.
I don't see nobody wanting to.
Nigga, you stupid as shit. How not? And I can give you a list of niggas who deal with worse.
Why not?
Who? Okay,
nigga, Zion Williams. Look at his baby mother. What the fuck are we talking about?
And we just thought that, but that's what I'm saying. He didn't have none of this stuff going on. But prior to that, that's what I'm saying. You don't want that. And for your image,
you're saying
no,
Mark, but listen to what I'm saying. So you're saying, but I'm giving you. I just gave you 4 different niggas who've dealt with worse women.
I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that image as an athlete. You don't want that image.
But they got it. What are you talking about? Nigga, Zion got it.
And look what it last year.
Nigga, call Anthony Towns. I mean, not call Anthony Towns. No, not call Anthony Towns. Anthony Edwards. Nigga, Anthony Edwards shared baby mother with Chief Keef.
But and that's what I'm saying. That's stuff that you don't want to go through. That's what I'm saying. For you to be sitting here saying I'm a star athlete, I don't want that. I don't
Marcus,
want that.
Time. Listen to this. Now you contradicting yourself because you the same nigga just a week ago and sit here and say that's the type of women they want because they know how to move around in the circles. That's what you said.
But this is Cardi B, and this is going on. This is going on the internet, right? So okay. I'm saying if you telling me if I'm a star athlete like Kevin Durant, like you try, I'm not dealing. I would not want to be dealing with this because, like you said, now if we get seen out, oh, so you was the one who was fucking her when she was pregnant. That's what I'm saying. Like, who will want that?
I'm sure whoever she gonna be seen out with, it's not gonna be that recent. It's not gonna be that soon. I'm sure she not gonna be seen with a nigga before the holidays. But let's just sit here and say if she gets seen courtside at a basketball game during Thanksgiving. Dog, what nigga? Dog, this is Cardi B we talking about. It's only 3 motherfuckers that you can name who got more celebrity status than her in the music business. It's fucking Nicki Minaj, it's Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Adele, nigga. And Rihanna don't make music. What are you talking about? Like, who's not? No, you can't. It's too many athletes who dealt with worse caliber women who come with more bullshit than you sitting here telling me that a nigga wouldn't sit here and most niggas probably think Offset pussy anyway. So I don't got to just deal with a nigga who crying about something on social media. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, this is Cardi B. You know how much as an athlete, how much it's going to pipe up my jersey sales, how much it's going to keep my name popular. Even if I'm having a shitty season, guess what? I'm going to still constantly be on the fucking Shade Room. I'm constantly going to be on all the blogs because I'm dating Cardi B. No nigga's not turning that down. And what I'm sure, I wish I could see what her DMs look like, right? You are crazy as shit if you don't think it's not at least 50 different athletes in all the major sports, including the fucking Spanish niggas who play soccer and baseball, ain't in this girl DM. Nigga, you are bugging. You must ain't seen Cardi B half naked. I don't know the last time you ain't looked at a Cardi B page. You are tripping, nigga.
Okay.
This girl got hundreds of millions of followers, and you telling me a nigga sit here and gonna be like, I don't want to deal with that. Why would I not? Nigga, look what Taylor Swift dating. Have you ever seen how many niggas Taylor Swift done dated before she got Travis Kelce? Nigga, she ain't no squeaky clean bitch neither. She got a long list. Google Taylor Swift boyfriends and look at how many niggas pop up. And Travis Kelce ain't give a fuck. Nigga, guess what you think? Also, you think Taylor Swift said, perfect example, when Taylor Swift started dating Travis Kelce, when they first started dating, his name had a bunch of mess beside it. Think about how that shit every other day. Oh, look at Travis Kelce. He left the black girl for a white girl. Like, nigga, that was a thing for a brick. They started talking about the haircut, his haircut changing different. That shit even kind of went over into this season. When niggas was like, damn, look at him now. He look like a fucking police officer. He don't even got his black boy swag no more. Like, so what you mean? So Taylor Swift, realistically, for what you're trying to say is, nigga, she should be too big to sit here and date no nigga who come with that type of mess. But she still dated Travis Kelce.
What's the difference between her and Sierra? Like some, huh? Like Russell Wilson dating Sierra and Cardi B dating someone. What's the difference?
You mean what status wise? Like
no, she's saying the baggage.
But there was no baggage between.
Nigga, what you mean? Future say fuck this nigga every other album.
He said, but I'm saying, but okay, but it wasn't no baggage. Like the way Russ went at her, that's what I'm saying. For you to say, for me to come in and talk, okay, am I looking to marry Cardi B, or am I, you know what I'm saying? Or you just want to be the side nigga? Because that's what I'm saying. She already coming in with 3 kids, a newborn that she just had. So that's why I'm just like, how I wouldn't like trying to deal with that. Like you got enough going on. I don't think I would want to be seen with that or have that on my image. If I'm an athlete, I don't want that. Like I get it. Yes, it's a good look for me, but I don't. You got to think about it. Damn, was you were the one that was dealing with her? That shit is gonna be.
But she can always come out and cancel that and be like, nah, that's not true. So it was not going, because I don't really think nobody really believes outside of maybe Offset. And I don't even know if he really that she would do something like that. She don't even seem like the type.
That's what I said. That shit is a lot of mess right now.
Nigga, you tripping. It's Cardi B. And that's the perfect example. Sierra. Russell Wilson still dated Sierra. And nigga, Sierra ain't nowhere near on the hell on God's green earth as lit as fucking goddamn Cardi B is. And nigga, I feel like Future come with way more baggage than Offset.
And to see that he like, oh, you my baby mother now. I don't want you ever. You know what I'm saying? So for you to come up and get with her, it's like a slap in his face. Why wouldn't I do it?
Mm-mm. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that line was kind of fire, but it wasn't fire. Like it was like, but it's like, nigga, I won. You my baby. Like Cardi B's my baby mom's. Like nigga, he know that real status wise right now, she is the draw. She is the catch. Like bro, she Cardi B. Like for you to sit here and say like, nigga, Cardi B got 3 of my kids. No, me personally as a man, would I want another man to be able to have the opportunity to sit here and now become Cardi B new boyfriend? Like if I'm Offset, I wouldn't want that to happen. So I mean, it may be too late. Maybe she too far gone and she don't want to keep rekindling this and making herself look stupid. Like they keep having these little outlandish breakups and blowouts via the social media, but it's just like,
no, this one different. He ain't never came out and been disrespectful like this. Like he always kind of played the cool.
And allow her to just crash out and then kind of just probably, pick up the phone and try to. You absolutely right. I do agree with that one. He don't normally match her energy. Like if she going crazy on social media, he normally stay off of social media. So for him to kind of match her energy on social media and allow it to feed a lot more and make people kind of just get a little bit more antsy in their pants for it would kind of just like, yeah, it's a little bit different. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, me personally, if I'm Offset, I don't know how you fix it, but I would try to find a way.
Fix it. You can't. What? It's no fixing that. It's no fixing that.
Which I mean, you can't say it's no fixing it because I mean they've been here before. Besides, like you said, the only difference is now he matched her energy on social media.
She done. It's a done deal for her. It's no fixing that shit. It's no fixing that.
Yeah, that shit gonna hurt his heart. Like that. If you thought that and did hurt, nigga, it's gonna hurt even more. Especially the shit is gonna really make you sick. She gonna get one of these soccer niggas who don't even speak no English. Nigga just be up fucking got $500 million contract, some crazy shit, and this nigga they just speaking Spanish, man. Yeah, me personally, I'm never gonna be one of them niggas who gonna be signing up to allow somebody to be just come and play stepdaddy for my kids. So I mean, I feel for Offset. I don't know how you fix it, but I mean, yeah. It's over now for you, dog. I don't know what to tell you. Take your L like a man. In other real news, it was a hurricane that hit Florida, and it hit Florida hard. I kind of just want to play this clip of this little boy was literally in the middle of the street, just floating down in the middle of the street. He in a boat.
Yo, like, look at this. I'm kayaking in the middle of the city right now. That's the school car rider line. Yo, it's getting pretty wavy out here. Oh, shit, I'm about to die. The fucking news is over there. It's Brian Chaz reporting live from St. Lucie County. Hopefully I don't die out here. Oh, my God, guys. This is crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what I would have been scared of the most. It being alligators in that water.
There's a Dodge Charger over there getting pushed. It's not a Hellcat or a Scat, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're flooded out here. Yeah, so the city's flooded. I'm in my kayak right now. Ain't gonna lie, we got about 2-3 feet of water. down the whole block. Let's see if I can navigate through these treacherous waters. Actually, I'm gonna try to hit these waves. Hold on, y'all.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of always wonder when I see videos like this, or even just hear stuff like this about on the news. I always wonder how many people be thinking like when you move to like Florida or move anywhere closer to Florida, like because it don't be. Let's be clear, it hit Georgia a little bit as well, but it definitely hit Florida hard. This is a seasonal thing. This happens at least once a year. Like I don't necessarily know how much I would just want to run and go move to Florida. I kind of don't care. I don't care how good the taxes is or whatever the case may be, because this happens literally once a year. And it's just like, you just pray that okay, maybe hopefully God forbid it don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't happen to my junk, but like, man, it be happen too much. I literally thought about that. Like, I'm like, dog, it happens like, and the crazy thing is now the more crazier the climate change get. It happened in Texas a lot more, than it used to. Like, it used to be like hurricane season. It just literally was like a Florida thing, but last over the couple of years, the weather has got so bad, even in all of Texas, where they kind of get hit with some of these storms and some of these hurricanes now. So I'd be wondering, or even like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, because they close to Florida, like they get hit with a little bit of it. It may not be as bad unless the storm is super crazy, because let's be clear, it do get kind of messed up in South Carolina as well. But I just be wondering, like, do people think about some of those things when you think about just like,
I think it all depends on where you living by. If you living by like a large body of water, then it might be different. Even when I lived there for a year, I mean, yes, you got the rain here and there, you know, the usual Florida rain, but I think it's just more so of what you used to.
But that's what I'm saying. If you move, because most people move from Florida, to Florida, most of the people normally are from like the upper northeast.
But okay, but that's like dealing with snow.
No, that's a difference, nigga.
Shit, what's the difference?
Because the snow, because the snow can't realistically, the snow can't never. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't, but 9 times out of 10, most of the time, snow don't fuck your car. Like if your car get caught, if you get too much of water damage in your engine or something, nigga, your car could be a dub. Or if your house could flood or something like that.
Yeah, if you get stuck in snow, it's the same thing. Like I said, I feel like you moving from like, if I deal with it with snow in New York and all that, and I'm coming down here where it's hot, okay, it's just rain. Like I get it. Yes, your stuff can get flooded. But that's like, I'm pretty sure their houses are built for that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it depends on. I'm about to say it depends on. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I think
it depends on. That's what I'm saying. Depending on the area that it is, like all the areas are not used to it. But like I said, they do have flood resistant houses out there, because like I said, that's something that they normally get. But I don't think, I said, you just going off of hope. You know, all right, maybe it don't be that as bad. Because I think it was one. It was one storm out there that what's name? Matter of fact, right before, what was that? Katrina. Hurricane Katrina. I was down there during that time. So like I said, the rain and all that, I don't think I guess it don't really scare people away until they actually, hit your city.
Just real quick, go ahead. What you about to say?
I think that it's just like they don't expect the storms to be that bad. Like you said, with the global warming and the way that things are changing. They've been through storms, but these storms are different. Like you got tornadoes and hurricanes popping up where they've never had them
exactly
before, and they're way more powerful than maybe what they're used to in that area.
Especially in Texas. Like, listen, what I'm saying. I follow a lot of women in Texas, bro, and them storms be kind of coming out because they're not used to them. And you hear and if you follow people, you hear them talking about like, dog, we never used to get this. Like, this literally is just because of the global warming stuff. So a lot of them things, like you said, even in Florida, they may be used to hurricane seasons, but I feel like they amped up a little bit. It's almost like hurricane season a little bit on steroids at this point, because it's like because of the global warming. Shit, just even think about, look at the weather here. Like it been raining all weekend, and just Saturday it's just miscellaneous with like an 85, 86 degree day, and then the very next day is fall again. Like that shit is crazy, dog. Like it's a difference between like that shit is just a little bit wild. I think it's something that you should pay attention to. Again, like I said, sometimes I feel like at least once a week we kind of have to have these type of conversations where it's like an adult conversation where it's like certain things you just may because it haven't knocked on your door, but you still may need to pay attention, because like I'm sure people get job opportunities all the time. I know this girl I was talking to on Instagram, and she lived in North Carolina and then end up getting a job in San Antonio, and the job was just a bad patty job. They was going, like put her in a better community to live in and all that. So most people can't turn down those type of job opportunities, and especially if you don't got a huge family wherever you may be living at now, you're gonna take it and be like, okay, cool. But if you're not thinking on the back of your head, like, damn, these people that got hit with hurricanes for the last 5 years back to back and been tan, like, damn, and what am I getting myself into? Or am I gonna plan around hurricane season so I can kind of leave? So if something happened, at least it just happened to my house and it don't happen to me. Because shit, I want to say how many people they said passed away Off this hurricane, I think they said it was the Florida hurricane has killing at least 42 people. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people be like, you may think you prepared for it, but then until you ain't prepared for it, until you actually go through it, like, nigga, that's a lot of people. And you think about, you saying just some, like, that ain't just no rain. And even for that nigga, like you said, I wouldn't have been in no goddamn boat like that, nigga. That's Florida. It's alligators in Florida. Like all over Florida, like nigga, that,
come out with
shit, ain't no way in hell you could have signed me up for that one. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's no way in hell. But I should have played this clip right after the Young Dolph thing because this kind of goes back into just now. This one is a little bit different because I'm about to play this clip because this dude was definitely he got right on Instagram Live trolling again after this thing happened. But this was a young rapper from Philly. He is in Chicago, linking up with some of the drill rappers in Chicago, and they came out of the studio, and the studio got shot up. So I'm going to play this news clip.
Now, shooting on Chicago's northwest side sent 4 people to the hospital. This happened outside of a music recording studio in Old Irving Park.
Our Sade Gray is live at the scene. Sade.
Yeah, Jim and Marie, the shooting happened right outside of Fort Knox Studios. As a matter of fact, I want you to come take a look at this. One of the bullets pierced this door, and that's not the only one. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk, the same sidewalk where 4 men were shot.
So we got a big old crime scene at the rep studio.
A large crime scene outside Fort Knox Studios where violence shattered a normally quiet neighborhood.
It was a lot more police presence than we've ever seen.
Initial calls from police describe the attacks as a drive-by shooting.
There's probably 50 to 60 9mm rifle rounds, everything you can think of.
Chicago police tell us the shooting was just before 2:30 this morning. The 4 men, ranging in age from 20 to 25, were walking on the sidewalk near North Knox Avenue when a dark-colored sedan drove by. People in that car started shooting. One of the victims gave specific details about what he saw.
All we have is that this gentleman said that he was shooting a rap video. He's a videographer. He walked out and he heard they shot about 30 to 40 shots. He doesn't know the make of the model, doesn't know any of that. He just said they went the length of the street and were just shooting and he caught one in the neck.
Those men are now being treated at Illinois Masonic and are expected to recover from their injuries. The owner of the recording studio didn't want to be on camera, but told us the studio closes at 11 every night. But he has long-term tenants who have access to the building 24/7. The tenant and his guest were shot. He says the surveillance video that he can't share shows the suspects in a parked vehicle across the street. The group of men are walking on the sidewalk and the gunman opens fire. Those who work in the area say they've never had problems with the studio.
It's really safe here. Everyone's really cool with each other. Whatever happened, I don't think it was from anybody here.
Now, even though the surveillance video wasn't shared with us, it was given to the police department as part of their investigation. So far, no one has been arrested. Reporting live in Old Irving Park.
So like I said, I mean, to me, of course, I don't have the same sympathy or sadness when it comes to this type of situation, when it comes to hip hop music, because these are just young dudes who, this is kind of their genre of how they promote themselves. This is the type of foolishness. Because like I said, after this happened, the little dude, he's still in Chicago right now. He went on and did a live, like in somebody's trap house or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of like, this is almost their behavior. I'm not sitting here saying I support it. I'm not saying it's okay, but it's kind of just like, bro, these niggas are just niggas being niggas. It's hard I can't have no sympathy for this type of foolishness. So, I mean, that's just kind of their get down. They a drill rapper. So, I mean, at that point for me, it is what it is. While we kind of still talking about hip hop and because we did talk about PeeWee Longway a few weeks ago. And the crazy thing is, when we talked about PeeWee Longway, one of the drugs he got caught with, what was it called? Was it FGH or something like that? Whatever it was the same. The crazy thing is, it is one of the drugs that they were saying that Diddy was using at some of his sex parties. And I believe the drug, because a homegirl of mine sent it to me, I believe that drug is used in is used in trafficking. So like it's like some drug that kind of make people numb, like they don't feel nothing. Like you woke, like your body is woke, but it's just like you don't, like you just, it's almost a drug with people that use for sex trafficking and they use it for doing the hour.
That was in the baby oil?
That's what they saying, it's in the baby oil, yeah.
PeeWee Longway is facing life in prison after the feds wiretapped his plug's phone, allegedly. Now, everybody thought he got wrapped up in this $270 million+ operation, but that was false. Turns out the feds were watching who they believe is PeeWee's plug, who was allegedly transporting goods from Houston to Atlanta. They caught PeeWee on surveillance at this plug's house, tapped the plug's phone, and intercepted a conversation between PeeWee and the alleged plug where they're using code words. For that, he's been charged with conspiracy to distribute, distributing, and money laundering. This whole ordeal would cause them to search PeeWee's house and recording studio, where they recovered 10 guns, 2 of which were stolen, and 3,000 fake pills. Y'all tune into my YouTube channel for the full breakdown. PeeWee.
You know, just a funny thing, real quick, sidebar is, though, listen to tell you the power of social media. When people like, you can build yourself up, but if the people kind of get tired of your shit, because 1090 Jake kind of was getting out of pocket and he was just getting too crazy, he was trying to become more popular than the rappers and trying to really call out every rapper and call rappers snitches. And it's just so funny how the fans kind of just turned them. Because when Top first sent me this, I'm like, damn, what happened to this nigga? Because for a minute, he was on a hot streak. Like, he was breaking down. He was kind of like finding endless rap niggas and pulling them out. And then I can't remember. It probably was after, I want to say it was probably right after the Boston Richie situation. I felt like he kind of ran into a brick wall. Like, he kind of got to smelling himself too much. And then the rappers kind of started to shut him out. And then the people who were his fans that was kind of supporting him on YouTube, niggas was kind of like, all right, who this white boy? He kind of like getting beside himself. So niggas kind of like packed him up. But like I said, I wanted to just play this clip because, yeah, PeeWee Longway, man, like, we like never he'll see this nigga ever again in life. It was a tweet that was going viral too, and I can play this going into a clip from Joe Budden, and then when they were talking about parenting. But it was it was crazy. I think it was coming off the Offset and Cardi B thing, because when he said, "Now you my baby mama, I want anyway." So it was said, the tweet was, men be trapping women with these babies and having thinking they have unlimited access to these women for the rest of their life. I think they supposed to be okay with it, but y'all not ready for that conversation. So then another woman wrote on the top of her thing is, no person can be trapped when these women are free to have abortions and a man will never know. Do y'all agree or disagree? I mean, because that kind of is a valid point. Like, that was like one of them clapbacks to be like, that one hurt. It's true, but it kind of hurt. Like, you can't really be trapped because like a nigga can sit and get you pregnant and you don't even never got to tell him and just have an abortion.
That's true. Because how would he know if you don't tell him?
Yeah. If you just sit here and say, damn, I'm pregnant, and be like, all right, well, cool, fuck this nigga. I don't even want his opinion. I don't even care. I'm gonna just eliminate this.
But I think they saying probably still trap they trapping you because they probably telling you what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeding you, oh yeah, well no, we're gonna be married, we're gonna do all you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making like everything.
I mean, that's when that will be on your stupidity for buying into that bullshit that they selling you. But again, I kind of agree, because you can't sell me something that I don't want to buy. You could promise me whatever, but if I don't want, like, this is like if you was going to the car dealership and you had your mind to buy a fucking Benz, but they sit here trying to sell you this Toyota. Nah, nigga, I'm cool. I hear what you're saying. It sound cool. It save all this money on gas, but nigga, this ain't what I'm here for. So it's just like, I mean, I hear you, but like I said, I can tie this in right into this clip because they were talking about parenting and how rough it is. What the fuck do we be doing this shit?
Just being a parent.
I stopped dating around the time when I found out that there are women out here who are giving their boyfriends their
She lying. Nowadays, I think it's hard as hell to be a parent. Just being a parent, dog, is hard. And the way the economy is going, it's going to even get worse. Mm-hmm. I think today, I would tell kids to hold off on having children because you need to set up certain foundational things now before you have them. You agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
For the guy that hasn't built that foundation.
Don't have no kids, yo. Don't have no kids, bro.
No, fam.
No, bro, don't have no kids, yo.
You absolutely right.
I agree with
absolutely
that.
right.
I do.
I'm telling you,
take it a
yo.
step further. You really should be trying to date too much. This shit different out here, yo. Joe, you know how much daycare costs? Fuck daycare. Don't make it the daycare. Formula.
Diapers.
Diapers. If you can find formula. Right?
If you can find formula. That shit is $14 a bottle on sale. Nowadays, I think
so. Listen to what I'm saying. Of course, y'all know that I totally agree with that one, and I kind of even agree when Ice threw in the you probably shouldn't be dating neither if we keeping it a buck, and I do agree with that. I told y'all I come on here. Me and Marcus have had arguments millions of times, even on just one of the reasons why I don't date, because I'm not one of these niggas who will get on this microphone and lie to y'all and make it like, oh, I'm just having my way, just having endless bread, and I'm just ducking these hoes. No, nigga, I ain't out here willing to splurge. I'm not ready to take any L's just for shits and giggles. I'm not going to do it. So it's just not going to see. I'm not about to jump myself out there. And I think realistically, most people, and I'm not going to say most people, I'm going to put it on a lot of men. I don't think a lot of men are just honest with themselves to be keeping it a buck with how their finances or how they realistically working. Because you can sit here and say, let's say you got money to pay your bills, or you even got money to even be able to go out on a weekly basis. But are you being honest with how many hours you actually got to work to be able to achieve these things that you have? Because that's not the point. Like, yeah, can you have it? Can I sit here and be like, oh, I'm a slave? Because I'm just believe me. We talked about this before here. I can work 80 hours a week. But realistically, is how long is that obtainable? The older you get, will your body allow you to be able to still do 80 hours weekly, day in and day out? And then if you sit here and make a lifestyle for yourself on have to work 80 hours, what happens when your body starts to fail you and now you only can work 40? And that's why I agree with them. If you don't have no real stability to the point where you can sit here and say, if you feel like I can work my job is cool, but now I'm gonna have to pick up an extra 10 or 20 hours a week, are you gonna really even be a parent? Or you just gonna be giving somebody some money to have your kid? Because that's what it's gonna be. You're not gonna be a parent. You're just gonna be dishing out bread to your baby moms and having her raise the fucking kid. So I think a lot of times people aren't willing to be honest with themselves and have those conversations before it even comes up to bringing kids into the world or shit, even dating. And I think that is something that realistically a lot of niggas gotta kind of like, you gotta figure it out and have that honest conversation. Everybody don't gotta be in your business. You can keep it to yourself. You don't have to get on no microphone and tell people, but you just need to be real with yourself. I think a lot of people are just not okay with keeping it real with themselves. They like to live in that lie that they have painted for social media. And one thing I was thinking about this when I was driving on here. To me as a woman, y'all know what a big red flag should be for y'all, especially this time of the year. I'm not saying during the summertime when it ain't no sports going on, but like right now, when I'm talking about the peak of sports, football season, basketball right around the corner. No, do y'all really think do you think you finding a good man in brunch on Sunday? In the peak of sports season? We ain't talking about where it's like, it's sports on all weekend long. It's fucking 3, 4, 5 games on per hour breakdowns. Do you really think, just think about that? Just as if you sitting here saying, I'm looking for a good man, like a man who's just a man's man. I don't think you're going to find a man's man in nobody's brunch on Sunday in the middle of the peak of sports. Just really think about that. That to me, we talking about what type of man, when women sit here and say, I just like me an old-fashioned nigga, just a hard-working man. I want a man. These niggas too sassy. I think if you find a nigga on a brunch on Sunday from, let's say from October to let's say Memorial Day, because if your team don't make the playoffs, cool. I'm not gonna sit here and say you should still be in the house watching it. But you sit here saying from October to Memorial Day, a nigga out partying on a Sunday, I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies. That to me is a red flag of super sassy. That's a nigga who dad didn't raise him or nothing. Like that nigga, I hate when niggas I always tell Top this. I'm like, bro, stop telling people you don't watch sports, because that shit is a red flag. Because that conversation is going to open up a whole Pandora's box for anybody who really know how to talk. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck. A man tell you he don't watch fucking sports, guess what I'm gonna tell you? That's a man who dad wasn't in the house.
Well,
that's the truth. Let's keep it. And opening the Pandora's box of sassy ass niggas is going to be a nigga who dad wasn't in the house
because he didn't watch sports. Maybe he don't like sports.
No sports at all. That's some gay shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck. None. I ain't saying you gotta like all of them, but you don't like not one of them. No basketball, no football, no baseball, no hockey, no wrestling, no boxing, no nothing. Nah, you kind of gay. Because what do you like then? What grabs your attention? What is it that keeps your attention? Because now you're telling me if you don't like, you sit here saying, so now you about to disconnect as on some man shit. You don't like no sports. So now that means you don't fuck with video games or nothing. How do I tell me when does your man radar kick in? What the fuck? That mean you don't have a competitive bone in your body, because you can't play the video game if you don't actually like the real sport, because you ain't even gonna know what fucking players or teams to pick.
I guess.
That's kind of tricky. Because, like, well, okay, what if he's into cars and shit? Like, I don't watch sport, but I'm into cars. Like, I'm building stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. Because you got people, like I said, you do have people who don't watch sports. They got other hobbies that they do. They into. I'm into guns and all that. I'm not into sports.
I feel like those two. I feel like the gun hunting nigga, he gonna like some type of sport though. I don't feel like the gun hunting nigga just pick up. I just like guns and I don't like no sport at all. Like I just with the guns, no baseball, no football, no nothing. I'm just a gun toting nigga. Like how do that happen? Like I'm not saying it is impossible. I'm not saying it can't happen. Excuse me, but I feel like them two shouldn't be. I don't know though. That to me, just I'm not a woman, but if I was a woman, that shit to me would be a red flag. Especially with someone in this day and age. Don't think about how many women just like to do the parlays now. Just for even if they just doing it for shits and giggles, and some of them who actually may be good at it, they probably end up really starting to watch the sport because there'd be so many games that I don't necessarily may not watch, but I'm going to watch if I end up betting on it. And if you actually feel like shit, I kind of want to be decent at betting, you're going to have to watch some games that you normally wouldn't watch. Or you're going to lose a bunch of fucking money, or you have to pay somebody else to pick your stuff for you. So that's what I'm just saying. And that's the day and age we live in. I follow a lot of women. I see a lot of women who gamble now. So it's no way, like, if I'm a woman, I can't ask my nigga to help me with my parlay. I got to ask another nigga?
What if he's just real studious?
What's that? I don't even know what that means.
Just like, I don't want to say a nerd, but like a nerd. Like he wasn't good at sports, so he don't really care for sports.
Like I can play the game. Like, I can build you games. I can do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like just
if that shall get down, then cool, knock yourself out. I'm just me personally. That wouldn't be for me. If I was a woman, a fucking nerd, I'm cool. I wouldn't want no positive. Because I don't even want to sit here and just say like make it like because I feel like everybody everybody in the Bay Area now, even like especially like in that Golden State area where it's Silicon Valley and all that, them niggas ain't nothing but nerds. But them games be sold out, they be there. Like them nerds still go to games. That's why the fucking Golden State Warriors tickets is so fucking high. That's why the 49ers games is so high, because them nerds still go there. Because a nigga still want to kind of feel manly a little bit. Like, all right, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I'm just going to be like a complete, like, let me just Pokemon it out. I'm fucking 40 years old and I'm still Pokemon. Nah, dog. Come on. What the fuck are we talking about? Like,
niggas to do it, though.
And listen what I'm saying. I'm not saying it is not, but I'm just sitting here saying you can't sit here and say, I want a man's man. Where all the men at? These niggas, because that's the word that women still love to throw around heavy. These niggas is too sassy. So if you sit here, you can't sit here and say, I'm going to go to a brunch on Sunday and think it ain't nothing but sassy ass niggas in here and it's fucking football on. Why you here smoking hookah like a bitch and it's fucking football going on? It's a slate of games on from 1 to fucking 4 and your sassy ass right here with a fucking hookah, a mint hookah.
But they got the games on, right?
Man, all right.
Don't they got the games on the TV?
Man, nigga, that shit is hard to watch, nigga. It be hard, like, nah, no. I hear you, but to me, I'm just saying, telling y'all, to me, that just seems a little bit sassy. Real quick, because I do want to just sit here because the game is over, so the Ravens did beat the Bills. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, I do feel like if y'all ever wanted to know who is Lamar Jackson, I was trying to think about while this game was going on. I was like, who is more of Lamar Jackson's Caitlin Clark? Is it Josh Allen or is it Joe Burrow? I want to say it's almost Josh Allen. Because a lot of niggas give Josh Allen, because at least Joe Burrow had actually been to a Super Bowl before, but niggas give Josh Allen a lot of little oohs, eyes, butts, and ands. And Lamar and them came in that thing and they came and beat their ass today. They came in here 3-0. The Ravens started their season on rocky. Niggas was already ready to flip the table on them. Niggas was sitting here. Yeah, shout out to Lamar. That was a win that they needed, especially because the Bills came in at 0-3. And they beat the shit out. And this wasn't even a close game. Shout out to Derrick Henry.
I still, what you mean, like his kryptonite to him? Like,
no, I'm talking about the player who kind of he get compared to Josh Allen a lot, and I think a lot of people give Josh Allen a lot of ifs, ands, and buts because and I'm not trying to shit on Josh Allen because I'm
about to say he's still. I mean, if we talk, yes, he ain't got the MVPs, but shit, he took his team but the same far as Lamar took him. They both went to the conference finals, and they both lost to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why I was saying what you trying to like.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just sitting here saying was thinking who does Lamar get kind of brought up in the conversation with more like, is it Joe Burrow more or is it Josh Allen? I'm not sitting here saying it's a bad thing. I'm just thinking of like who name kind of really get thrown around with them, like constantly, like you Lamar kind of can't shake this person away from getting compared to him. And I want to say it's Josh Allen. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or nothing. I'm just sitting here saying like, who is this person? Like, who is the white quarterback he kind of can't like get rid of? Like almost where it's like, shit, even for Patrick Mahomes, he kind of can't. Well, I mean, he just beat Joe Burrow, but at one point in time, like nigga, he couldn't get rid of Joe Burrow. Like they was always kept saying like, oh, Patrick Mahomes, the only nigga he can't beat is Joe Burrow. I mean, like I said, it was a good game. I do want to play this clip from Lil Jon where he was talking about Sierra making my goodies.
Era goodies. Okay. This is really crazy story. So Sean Garrett, Sierra write the song. Boom, 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 boom. They come back. The song is called Cookies. My Cookies. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, that shit is terrible. Y'all got to go back in, man. Cookies. Shout out to my boy Shakir Stewart. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. He was a part of that, all of that. And we both was like, Cookies is not it. Y'all got to go back in. They go back in, all they change is one word. One word. They change cookies to goodies. And it goes from trash to smash off of one word. I think for me, that's like the most incredible shit ever because you don't think that one word can change a song. And if you listen to the lyrics, that's why she said, if you're looking for the goodies, they're in the jar because it was fucking cookie jar.
Wow.
So
I'm never going to be able to hear that song the same again.
Cookies, bro. My cookies. My cookies. Nah, that ain't it.
So that real quick, that is tight. The way that kind of how that broke down. I just like the way that he just broke it. I don't have no real takeaway from it. I just like, it's just tight how like literally one word can change the whole entire song. Like literally, and it ain't even one word. Nigga, you talking about it's like only like a few letters. Like nigga, you damn near swapped out 3 letters to kind of make the song completely a whole different song. So I do just like the way they actually did that. And real quick, because y'all know I try my hardest to still find a way for people to fuck with Jamal Bryant. But when I originally seen this, because me and a homegirl, we was having this conversation, she was like, oh, you rap for this nigga all the time. Come up with an excuse for this nigga sitting down doing an interview with Chrisean Rock. I couldn't come up with one. Because as soon as I seen it, I thought about how I always go out on a limb for this nigga and try to tell women he's still a good pastor. But and let's be clear, I think it's fucked up that I don't think that nobody should sit here and say Chrisean Rock can't get her life together. This can't be a real thing. And let's be clear, I think realistically it's going to take some time because the same way people look at Brittany Griner, not Brittany Griner, but Brittany Renner and still think, this shit is kind of funny. Even because we forgot about it, maybe that was a week or two ago when she came out and she made a video sitting here saying that she was going broke because she changed the way her looks is. And a lot of... No, we didn't talk about it because we said something about it, but we didn't play the clip. We did mention it, but we didn't play the clip of it.
No, we talked about the Drewski thing.
Yeah, we talked about Drewski. But so of course, so it's 2 different people, and we mentioned her when we talked about it because you thought Ruby Rose was Brittany Renner. Yeah, so we mentioned it. So we didn't play the clip. So what my whole thing is, and the reason why I didn't even want to, because I didn't know how to play the clip and make fun of it, because the reason why I couldn't make fun of the Brittany Renner, because I told you I came on this podcast and I talked about it before on how. Just for me, getting into religion, how I didn't want to keep throwing parties at strip clubs, or I stopped throwing parties, period, in general, because I didn't know how to balance the two. I didn't want to sit here or wake up in the morning and post scriptures, and then at nighttime I'm promoting somebody's strip club. So that's why to me the Brittany Renner thing, it's not funny. I couldn't laugh at that because that's something that I actually dealt with. I'm still dealing with it because I know for a fact I can make a lot of money throwing parties like that shit. I can do that in my sleep. So that's something that it's hard for me to. I can't laugh at her for that because I know that is a real, if she really believe in her spirituality and trying to really get right with God, I know that's a real battle for somebody. So that's something I can't make fun of. And that's why I'm kind of like, even for Chrisean Rock, I can't really judge her. And that's why I kind of is like, I get if you listen to the show and you know how I champion Jamal Bryant, I can understand somebody like, all right, how you gonna talk about your man now? But I still kind of want to shoot. No, this girl was just locked up. Niggas do it all the time, and nobody don't look at niggas when they come home and they be Muslims, because this ain't no difference. She just didn't become a Muslim in jail. She became a stronger Christian, and let's be clear, she had her moments where she kind of touched with Christianity before she even got locked up. So I don't sit here and think like. I think she took her son to get Christian before she went to jail. I mean, she had, when her son first got born, she took her son to the church. So I don't think this is too far out of her whim. I think she may just figure like, You don't know how she felt when she sat in that jail. You don't necessarily know, like the shit we talked about, like damn, her and Blueface was locked up at the same time and they missed their son's first birthday. I don't know how that clicked in her because I think sometimes off the entertainment thing, I think some people may think of, oh, this is just, that shit may really hit her. That shit could, because these people are still human. And I think we do that a lot of times with entertainers and even athletes. Forget, just because they got a bunch of followers and they celebrities or whatever the case may be, excuse me, they still humans. And I think she's still a human. So it's hard for me to sit here and say this ain't genuine. So I'm going to play this clip of Jamal Brown and Chrisean Rock.
And the weight that you carry as a role model.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I've been like undoing a lot and starting over pretty much. I don't want to do worldly music no more and just do like gospel or like hood gospel, I would say.
What is hood gospel? I want to know what hood gospel is.
Like Yahweh, Yahweh, there's only one way and it's God way. Yahweh, Yahweh, there's only one way and it's God way. Took my baby to get blessed and they said it's for clout. I'ma do my best for me and mine. That's from here on out.
You understand?
So I mean, I guess if you, I don't think you. Of course, if you the way it sound, I mean, it's not gonna sound like that. She was in the actual studio. This is just her. That was damn near just like if you asked a rapper to come up to the studio and freestyle. Instead of her giving an answer, she just tried to give him an example. So realistically, I don't necessarily, and she gonna have to prove me not to believe in it. I think if Blueface got to do some real time and it's just her on her own, I think she could probably get herself together. Like if I'm sitting here on a scale, if I'm being judgmental, if I'm judging who I think will crack first, I told y'all I knew that Alexis Sky shit to me was pure bullshit. I don't think Chrisean Rock was that gone. I think the clout just came too fast for her because I feel like that Alexis Sky, she been built up who she was for years. So do I think that was super hard for her to cut off? Yeah, I think Chrisean Rock was just somebody who got hit with that fucking viral bug so fast and didn't know how to stop it. Like, I don't necessarily, because I think at one point in time, like if you see her old pictures, like she was an athlete. Like when you got that discipline to show up as an athlete, this girl had a washboard stomach. Somebody who can show up like that literally and be an athlete, I think you do have that discipline in you. So I think sitting down for some time in jail, you sit down for a couple of months and you figure out you got to get life together. And let's be clear, the sad thing about it is, if she really give her life up, bro, we all seen her testimony on camera. Her testimony, her crash out has been live on living color for the last 2 years. So if she real live really sit here and say, the sad thing is gonna sound nuts, but the real bag would be if she real live really just sit here and say, I'm gonna stick to Christianity. Because if people can really see her consistently going to church, really get her gospel bag and really live a different life, nigga, she's going to clean house. Every fucking church in the world, and I shouldn't even be cussing saying this, but every church in the world is going to want that girl to come to their church because they know that she real live really already got a fan base. Like I'm telling y'all know I'm somebody who use hashtags. Get on TikTok, nigga. Her hashtags with her names is through the roof. So this girl got a real following. So she real live really get right with the Lord and real live really sit here and say, I'm going to completely turn my life around. I promise you, it's going to be more longevity and there's more money into her turning her life around. Remember, think about even when Dr. Umar sit here and said, oh, it'll be a room for Diddy. Well, it's not now because he really going to go to jail because the feds picked him up. But after that Cassie video came out, he was like, dog, he could be the person, because guess what? Christians are always looking for somebody to turn their life around and somebody with a big testimony. Like, so Chrisean Rock ain't no testimony bigger than that. You talking about that viral bug of everything negative could happen? It happened to this girl already. So she real live really just be like, I'm cool. I'm really going to just become a real live Christian and I'm going to walk in faith. Every time I get online, I'm going to really be in my religious bag. Nigga, that bag for her is going to be ridiculous. What pastor not going to want her to come to their church? Because people gonna come, people gonna want to see, and for the people who hate on her, they going to want to watch just to see here and say, watch her sit here and turn back around, watch her come back to the sins. And if she never do, then bingo, is out of here, Jack. I promise you, though, because that's all they looking for. Just look at shit. Look at B. Simone. Look at the girl. What was the manager girl that used to be with B. Simone? Like, bro, listen, be clear. I'm not sitting here. I don't listen to everybody who hear my voice. I'm not sitting here saying that you should sit here and play with the Lord like that. But I understand how having a testimony means something to people, because having a testimony, that is just, it's literally, it sit different with people, because people can sit here and relate to somebody with a testimony, because that's why most pastors aren't relatable, because some of them don't have a testimony. I done talked about this a million times, and I'd be like, I think I was talking about like Pastor like Mike Todd, and was like, bro, your biggest testimony is a speeding ticket. That's not no real testimony. That's not going to move nobody who actually committed real crimes, or somebody who out here really fighting sexual demons. But for somebody like Chrisean, who got a testimony, somebody we watch, like, you help put the fucking Zeus network on your back, so you help even put that little baddies East and all that stuff on steroids. So we watch you do that. We watch you be in a toxic relationship. So if you are somebody sitting here saying, now I leave the toxic stuff over and I'm really giving my life to the Lord, ain't no testimony bigger than that. So I'm just, and like I said, I'm just being honest when I'm saying it, and not trying to sit here and glorify her baby to get paid off it, but realistically, she will get a bag off of it. Matter of fact, because we talking about religion and we can kind of talk about testimony, I can play this because this Lecrae talked about his story of him meeting J. Cole.
Invited to the Super Bowl party. It's like this exclusive joint, and Rihanna's performing. It's free. That's the problem, was free drinks. I no longer drink, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So then I see Cole. I get up to Cole, man, and I'm like, yo, what's up, man? He's like, what's going on, bro? I said, let me ask you a question, man. Do you know Jesus? I said, have you heard the good word? He is risen. I said, you believe in God? Super Bowl. I said, you believe in God? He's like, yeah. I said, word. So you go to church? He said, I grew up in church, but so you're not a Christian? He's like, I really wouldn't. I mean, I grew up in church, but I really wouldn't say that that's. And I was like, you need to call me, bro. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. And so he never called. I said, no, it gets never worse. Exchanged numbers. It gets worse. He's like, yeah, just put your number on my phone, man. But I didn't type my name. I just put my number in there, and then I gave him his phone back. And then he's like, all right, bro. And he walks away. And then, like, I said, wait a minute. I didn't even tell you my name, bro. He said, I know who you are. And I was like, oh. And I walked the walk of shame. The next morning, I was like, oh my God. What did I do? Played yourself. What did I say? Yeah. Never getting a feature, never getting a verse. So, Cole, if you watching this, bro, like, I apologize for the way I approached you.
So, and you know the reason why I like that story? For one, because Lecrae is a huge gospel star. I'm talking about Lecrae, and you talking about a gospel artist where if you actually listen to it, now, if y'all know I'm not one of those people. I'm not a fan of like the gospel where it sounds too close to secular music. But Lecrae is like, he the closest thing you gonna get to that. I'm talking about some bars, big rapping. So it would make sense. I can understand why he would want to do a song with J. Cole. J. Cole and Lecrae doing a song together will absolutely make sense. Kendrick Lamar and Lecrae doing the music together. And that's why that's why Kendrick even shouted Lecrae and D1 out. Because Lecrae is one of them people. Like, he is one of them people who get on them freestyles and make songs literally like trap beats sound like gospel songs. So I get it. So it makes sense. But I like him telling that story because I'm sure for most people, like, because you think Christians are supposed to be these goody two-shoes, he basically told y'all, hey, I was at a Super Bowl party and I was drunk. I don't drink no more. But you talking about, he said Rihanna was there. That was 2 years ago. Lecrae has been a big gospel artist for some years now. He ain't just get popping 2 years ago. Lecrae had probably been, I don't necessarily know, but I know for a fact I've known Lecrae for at least over the last 5 years. So I'm sure he probably even been famous in that gospel world longer than that. But that's just my whole point of it. The reason why I like that story is because realistically, he's still showing you, bro, Christians are still humans. And that he just a perfect example. Like I say, I'm not gonna say I don't think. I know for a fact there's not a bigger gospel rapper than Lecrae. So for him to sit here and say, hey, I was at a Super Bowl party and I was drunk and I seen J. Cole and I embarrassed myself. So I just like that story. Black China is getting sued by her ex-boyfriend for beating the brakes off her. Now, that picture of his face look nuts. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It basically was it seemed like she was supposed to have allegedly held him down and I guess beat him in the face with his cell phone or something. Like, I don't know if he was sleeping. She went in her phone. Of course, you know, her mother is the clout chasing demon, so she could not allow this moment to go past without her saying something.
Let me break something down to you, Hector. Don't tell no motherfucking lies, bitch. I beat your motherfucking ass like the fuck I said I was. I said I was coming to LA and whoop your motherfucking ass for playing games with me and my motherfucking daughter. So now you want to play games and say, she did that to you? This short, this little, did that to you? No, I came there and I beat your fucking ass. Go tell him that. Go tell him that. Talk about some you was motherfucking. Nigga, no, you went to motherfucking after I finished your motherfucking ass like that, nigga. Now try it again, and I'll do your mother. Stop lying, you bitch ass. You know I did that, motherfucker.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. His face look fuck. Ooh, I couldn't imagine a woman beating my ass like that, dog. God, y'all see his face?
Yes, sir.
Nigga, that shit look. Oh my God, dog. She beat the brakes off that nigga. I ain't even gonna hold you. I couldn't imagine that happening. And while we talking about beating the brakes off somebody, Quavo got sued for 700 bands as he laid the smack down on some nigga. Shout outs to the God damn, bro. That smack ain't no smack worth 700 racks. I'm sorry.
Building was a little bit different with Tom in there.
Migos rapper Quavo to pay nearly $700,000 for hitting a valet at the Wynn back in 2018. Antonio Henry, a former worker for the Encore, says Quavius Marshall injured him physically and emotionally. Marshall's lawyer had said Henry was not injured and was instead in a pursuit of what he called a hip-hop lotto ticket. The jury disagreed and ordered that payout happen today. Police issued Quavo a citation. However, the case does not appear in any court record. Migos rapper Quavo.
So question, sometimes I be thinking, though, how much money do you think you got to actually have in the bank for somebody to hit you for 700 bands? And if somebody hit you for 700 bands for you not to feel it. Dog, $700,000, dog?
What you mean? Like, would the person have to?
No, what I'm just sitting here saying is, nigga, for somebody sue you for 700,000 and for them to sit here and find you guilty, one, that means you got to have more than $700,000 liquid cash in your bank account. So what I'm sitting here saying is, how much bread do you think you could be okay with? Like, if you Quavo, I can just take this.
None of that shit. I don't think none of that shit you really can take as an L. Because I mean that shit hurt because you got to pay.
So, but no, listen what I'm saying. Of course,
but
you missing what I'm saying though. Like, let's just say 700,000. If Jay-Z or Beyonce was getting sued for that shit wouldn't be nothing to them. So I'm asking you, how many millions do you think you got to be up for the 700 not to feel like nothing? Like LeBron James could smack somebody and take a $700,000 L. Kevin Hart could smack somebody and take a $700,000 L. I don't think Quavo can take a $700,000. Can he financially in his bank account? Do he probably got a couple M's? Yeah, but I think that $700,000 going to hit him differently than it will hit Kevin Hart or Beyonce or LeBron.
That might be the borderline. Like, let's say, well, that's the only thing we can get. We can't get more. You might in your head probably think, shit, Quavo should be worth more than that. But that's probably like, all right, well, we ain't gonna get more than, we can't be outrageous. We ain't gonna get no.
Nigga, 700,000 to me is outrageous for that little slap. Like, nigga, he just literally just slapped the nigga.
No, it ain't.
Like, to me, that slap, well, maybe like 80 bands would have seemed all right. That's like, okay, 80. 80 to me wouldn't have seemed, like 80 probably wouldn't even have been a story. That 700,000 would make this a story. Like, I feel like 80, Quavo can smack a nigga for 80. He probably got that back off there. And let's be clear.
So you will be okay with him smacking you and you only get 80?
No, you're missing what I'm saying. If I'm the nigga, I'm going for the 700. But but shit, if a nigga just smack me, I'm cool with taking a free 80. No, I can't say it's a free 80 because just like you said, you still got to pay for a lawyer. So whatever lawyer gonna win you a 700,000, I'm sure that lawyer gonna take half anyway. So even for this nigga, you win 700,000. All right, he got to pay it. You probably only gonna see maybe 300. The lawyer gonna take like 4. Because I'm sure you couldn't afford no type of lawyer like that. So that's one of them lawyers who do a pro bono. But when they do a pro bono, they gonna say, I want half. Whatever I get you, I need half. Now, of course, I mean, shit, if you was just a valet, you weren't going to see 300,000 anyway, so you ain't mad, and your face ain't really clean in this video, so niggas ain't even going to know that's you. Shit, so you can go move to another city, go get you a new job. I'm certainly, would I take that smack? Yes, but I'm just sitting here saying for Quavo, that's a hell of a way to go into your bank account for 700 racks. And like what I was about to say, for people who were sitting here clowning Quavo for redoing that Fly Away jump, and niggas like, oh, this shit trash. Let's be clear. As soon as that song was done, nigga, that shit was all over ESPN. Therefore, that NFL game day, nigga, they play this song every weekend. I'm not NFL, my bad, college football. Since college football has been back, nigga, every time it's a game on ESPN, they are playing that Fly Away song. So for everybody who laughing and kiki in on Quavo, nigga, trust me, he ate on that goddamn song. I don't know what his breakdown is. He had to do with Lenny Kravitz or whatever to sample the song, but nigga,
that was the VMA performed it.
Yeah, but still, I just know for a fact every jump, nigga, they have been getting to that bag for that song. That song has literally been all over the place. Let's go real quick. One more. I love this fat nigga. He funny. This fat nigga is probably. He's probably. I know. I feel like sometimes he be running out of junk, so I feel like he repeat himself sometimes. But he is kind of probably my favorite when it comes to relationship right after the red balloon shit.
A dancer. Mind you, he met me and I thought it was
right.
So of course he gonna think that I'm out here doing whatever because I'm a dancer. Right. That's what every nigga think. But I mean, you know I was a dancer in the first place, so why proceed to even continue to talk to me? But anyway, so he went through my phone and saw that I was gonna meet up with some niggas and whatever, which that never happened. But he claimed that
That's still cheating. Oh, now the story comes out that you was doing some shit. You was scheduling a link up, and that man was trying to protect his investment. See, goddamn, it's only cheating when niggas do it. Women can goddamn schedule a cheating. Women can link with niggas and schedule a goddamn link up with a nigga. But as soon as this man committed a relationship with his baby mama, now it's a problem. It's cool when they do it. What's the problem when I do it? Fuck them. So you don't take any accountability for the fact that you linking with men was the wrong thing to do in a relationship.
I never linked with him though.
It's that bullshit. Shout out to that black man. You should have sent her ass right back to the work where she came at. You over here protecting and providing. You over here taking care of this woman. You over here taking care of bills and shit. And here you go. Goddamn want to link with a nigga for $5 that got $100 out of the pocket.
Hey, dog, that fat nigga is funny. I swear to God that he is my favorite relationship person right after the balloon shit. Before I get into this Eric Adams, John, I do want to play. I found this clip of these because I want to see. It was these two podcasters. I believe they are from Philadelphia because the words that they were using. But I do think I totally disagree with what they saying. They basically were sitting here saying niggas are trying to chase after younger girls who go to the club. I probably should have played this right after I talked about the but I disagree. And the reason why I disagree because I feel like I'm gonna play the clip and I'll tell you why I disagree.
That y'all are targeting these little girls with easily impressionable minds. When you were of the age of 18 to 21, you got an easily impressionable mind. You see niggas buying bottles of Don Julio, you think that's something. So these little girls see y'all niggas flexing in the section with some Don and shit, bro, and they think that's something. No one like if y'all niggas targeted a grown adult woman that want her kitchen or her roof done or real bills paid. You can't carry that. But y'all want to like play big for these little children. Y'all got the Don on your head. Oh, you got the little Don. You got the little Don. No, you don't got the little Don. You got the little girl. You got the little girl. You niggas remind me of R. Kelly, bro. Like y'all niggas is predators, bro. And that shit, I don't like that shit. It is the little girl. Bro, y'all niggas fucking with children. And y'all really think y'all big players. You not a player, bro. I'm not fucking no little ass girls. I know y'all seen a clip when we was big and shit like I do this and that. Like my chick 26, bro, and motherfuckers be talking shit about me about that.
That's like
but my lowest I'm going is like 24, bro. But y'all fucking these little ass girls, man. Like that shit is.
I ain't gonna hold you. 24 in your 40s is kind of fucking insane. Like that's my point, and reason why I disagree with them saying because maybe a few years ago would this make sense? Yes, but you sitting here saying. The mind frame that you sit here saying, did you think that it's only on a 19-year-old? I can sit here and show you. I showed y'all today. That's why I recorded the video. It's women in their 40s who are doing that stupid don. Nigga, I don't follow no fucking 19-year-olds. I knew that this was a thing because it's women in their 40s who be impressed by niggas who do the don. So that shit ain't a 19-year-old thing. To me, maybe 10 years ago, that this comment would have made sense. There are women in their 40s who are still impressed with niggas who buy tables and bottles, because guess what? Women in their 40s still, guess where they're going? To brunch, they still going to the club. There ain't a bunch of 19 and 20-year-olds in the club no more. Because guess what? Maybe in Philly, it might be, I don't know. In the DMV, it ain't even no fucking clubs in 19 to 18 to under. Nigga, everything is 21 and older. So so all the women who running around in the sections and doing all the silly Don Julio shit are grown old ass women, and they are attracted to, because guess what? Niggas like me, they gonna say, oh nigga, you born, you don't never go out nowhere. That's grown women saying that. That's not 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds saying that shit. So like I said, I think that's, to me, it's just, I mean, of course, niggas on a podcast, you're gonna say whatever, but I had to just think 10 years ago, maybe this statement will be factual, but in 2024, this statement is bullshit because women in their 40s are impressed by the same childish shit that women is 19 and 20 are.
Are they really? Or are they just trying to have a good time?
Don't matter if you're having a good time, you get drunk enough. We just talked about how niggas want to get drunk and fuck all the time. So I don't mean It don't matter if you're having a good time, you get enough drinks and you get to flirting, the same shit will still be accomplished. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes at nighttime when I don't go out and I see a bunch of 40-year-old women out, I be like, damn, this is why you can't randomly just get some easy pussy, because you ain't out. These bitches are still out trying to get drunk and still get fucked. It ain't what I'm saying. Like the girl I sent y'all today, that's a big back, wild back rose. That 20 and 19 don't come like that. That was a fucking middle lineman. Like the fucking that big wild back shit with the Don on her fucking head. That was a grown ass woman. That's probably somebody's mother. So you think it ain't you drink a whole bottle of Don, you gonna be fucking somebody. That ain't just you about to be a Don fish and you going home drunk as shit, not giving up that pussy. Come on, let's be for real. Bitches getting that drunk, you drinking that big ass bottle, you fucking somebody after that fucking party. I ain't saying you gonna fuck the nigga who bought that bottle, but you fucking somebody. So that's my point. I don't necessarily think that's necessarily just a 19-year-old. Like I wouldn't put that smut on just the 19 and 20-year-olds. And again, shout outs to Lotto, because Lotto we talked about it last week, and I told y'all I felt like that's who was going to win. The young lady who had the Waffle House video, who was in the car crying about getting fired. She did win the Brokey contest, and Lotto did. She kept her word and gave the girl the $10,000. She brought her to the studio, gave her the $10,000 band. And like I told you, I knew it was realistically, one, because that video was already going viral, and then the girl putting the icing on the cake getting fired. I knew she was going to win. Like that shit was just like, I almost didn't think it was no way that Lotto could have picked anybody else besides that girl. That to me, that was the only one that actually made sense. So, I mean, again, shout outs to Lotto for one, honoring it, and then shout outs to that kind of just being like, I just knew that was going to be a thing.
So tired of living my life in survival mode, because despite having 2 college degrees and
But matter of fact, I won't play this. Oh, this McDonald's clip is even better because ain't no music behind this.
If you would have told me I was going to go from being a 6-figure makeup artist to slinging McChickens, I probably wouldn't have believed you. Get ready with me as I prepare myself to go my ass to work. Now, to back things up a little bit, I started freelancing, like doing makeup on the side, like in 2017. I started to see my business growing because at that time in 2017, there wasn't a lot of freelance makeup artists as there are today. Opened up me a shop and I did some great things with makeup, and I have worked with some of the who's who. But somewhere between 2020 and 2021, I've realized that my passion for my craft has started to depreciate. Makeup had become so vain to me. Like, I started canceling appointments. I didn't care if it was your engagement, your birthday, girl. Once I sent you that deposit back, it was nothing else for us to talk about. But then I started feeling real bad, and I asked myself, Self, why are you like this? And then I realized that I really did not have the passion for the business anymore. So instead of me just staying in the field that I was no longer passionate about, I got up and I left. Because why are you hustling? You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have the passion for it no more. So now it's a hustle for you. You're getting into it with clients. Your retention rate is really, really low. And you're just giving yourself a headache. You know the calling that God has on my life. And right now he has called me to serve at McDonald's. And until he tell me that it's time to go, I will be there serving and being obedient. Good night.
Again, a round of applause for that lady, because I'm not gonna lie, that takes a lot of balls. And that kind of almost go hand to hand. I realistically, if I was really on point, I could have played that clip right after we talked about the Chrisean Rock story, because I do think some people do have those come to Jesus moments, and that to me is like, I can only imagine, because I've paid for one to even go to them schools and learn how to do the makeup shit. I paid for that before, and I know how much it costs. I've paid for girls to get their makeup done, especially one of those birthday type of makeup done. Or that shit costs, bro. That shit ain't cheap. That shit gonna be easily almost just to get like one of them birthday beats. That shit could probably run you like $150 easily. And that probably, and I'm talking about realistically, if the girl ain't super popular, that still could probably be anywhere like from 85 to 100. And this is talking about if this is somebody who's not popular. We talking about somebody who actually got a little bit of motion, especially on social media. That shit probably realistically could start off the 150 and probably go anywhere from 150 on up. It depends on how popular she is. So for her to sit here and say, I'm cool on that, and to sit here and say, I'm gonna go work at McDonald's, that takes a lot of different mental discipline. Like, I can only imagine, like, I wish I could sit here and have a conversation with her real life, how deep that goes into how much you got to really sit here and think about that one and how to kind of allow that one to play out. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, that take a different level.
But then I think you also got to think about it. It's probably more consistent. Like you being a makeup artist, yeah, you might have like, okay, it might be a season for you where are you making that money? Everybody ain't getting their makeup done every day.
Of course.
And they ain't paying that price every day.
Of course.
So I can get it like, damn, I'm stressing myself out trying to do this. All right, just to make, let's say,
no, but
$500.
that's what I'm saying. I hear you, but I think it depends. I mean, again, I do agree with everything you say. You absolutely, I do think it has its seasons, but I think it depends on how popular you are, how many different seasons you can have. Because realistically, let's think about it. If you just break down the seasons on where realistically, just if you kind of popular, one, you're gonna have Halloween because some people gonna want to get their stuff. Like if you really one of those crazy, like real in detail type of makeup artists, you can get busy with the Halloween makeup too. So you can have Halloween, of course, whatever when wedding season is in, Valentine's Day. And then somebody always got a birthday too. So like I say, I think it just depends on how popular you are. So how popular you are, and then two, how good you actually are in doing the makeup. So it kind of just depends on how long your season gonna be. But I do understand what you're saying. Like I think it just, like I said, I think it just depends on how popular you are as a makeup artist. But I do, like I said, I do agree with you. Like if you're not super popular, then maybe it do make more sense to just get a regular job. So I think that just depends. I do want to play this clip of these teachers because, of course, we talked about. I told y'all how the studs ruined the what's your street name and what's your real name. With some teachers who redid this at a school, and this shit was hilarious.
What's your street name?
Hold on, I gotta start her over. She was funny as shit.
Somebody, what's your street name?
Miss Interrupt my day. I'm gonna interrupt your mama day.
No, friend, what's your real name?
Miss Robinson.
Hey, what's your street name?
Mr. Sit down and eat that lunch.
Hey, what's your real name?
Mr. Kobe.
Okay. What's your street name?
Miss Set Up a Parent Meeting.
Oh no. See, what's your real name?
Principal Gray.
See your street name.
Mrs. Put him out.
Oh, what's your real name, friend?
Mrs. Smith.
Okay then. What's your street name?
Mister, you did a good job.
Yeah, what's your real name? What's your street name?
Miss, I love you.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna play with you.
Oh, what's your real name?
Miss Yarberry.
Okay. What's your street name?
Miss, go sit down and do your work.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What's your real name?
Miss Maxwell.
Okay. What's your street name?
Miss, stop telling me your mama business.
Oh no. Hey, what's your real name?
Oh, Miss Smith.
Birthday girl. Okay. What's your street name?
Don't worry about it. You gonna be in detention. I got you.
Oh, what's your real name?
Mr. Corey.
Okay. What's your street name?
Miss, I love your face, but I'm still gonna hit you with this work.
Oh, what's your real name?
Miss Samora.
Oh, what's your street name?
Miss Positive Vibes Only.
Oh, what's your real name?
Miss Butcher.
Okay then. And what's your street name?
Miss, I'm here, but I'm mentally not.
Oh, what's your real name, friend?
Miss Tillman.
Okay then. Hey, what's your street name?
Miss Interrupt my day.
I'm gonna interrupt your mama's day. That was the funniest one to me right there. I'm gonna interrupt your mama's day. Like I said, I'm always a fan of when these teachers kind of get to figure out cool ways to still be teachers. Again, kind of going back to when we was talking about y'all man a couple months ago, Mr. I gotta sit here and get my hair done in school. Like that shit was out of pocket. But it's other ways that you can still be a content creator and also be a teacher and do it in a classful way. I do want to play this, and I'm normally, y'all know I'm not a fan of allowing white people to kind of get over on black people, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let this white lady get her shit off because she was reading a little bit of this Kim Porter book that's not really a Kim Porter book, but it's on Amazon because people are reading them and they are. This lady, I seen her shit. One, she can read real good and she doing numbers on TikTok, so it's kind of like, all right. But I do want to kind of bring it to my audience because she can read and bitch was already doing numbers on TikTok.
Okay, my Amazon still shows this book as available, but I'm not going to keep spamming about it in the comments. I feel bad now that everybody is telling me that it's sold out, so I'm going to do one more chapter tonight. Part 5, I think. Chapter 7, Threats. At this point, I knew I had to get away from him, but I was scared. Is he going to take my life if I try to escape? One February evening, I thought I found my opportunity at dinner after an event. We were at a ritzy restaurant in a private booth. It was an exclusive setup. We were alone, but we were in public. Perfect. Sean was on the phone talking to an unknown listener as he sat down. His words on that call will be etched into my mind forever. We're going to release Who Shot You now. He waited for a response. Then went on to say, of course they're going to think Big was talking about Pac. That's the whole fucking point. Nobody would give a fuck about a diss track against LL fucking Cool J. Do you know how much money we'll be making with this kind of rap beef? Redacted battling after someone really got shot. This may not be the best time for this conversation. Sean was finishing up. We drop that shit tomorrow. He listened into the phone, then responded, there's going to be blood in the street. Redacted missed. Pac's alive. Let's capitalize on that shit. When he responds, it's just going to mean more money. He turned around and looked at me, spoke back into the phone. I'll call you back, then hung up and spoke to me. What's wrong? I tried my best to give a fake smile at what I'd heard. After all, me and Pac were intimate. I responded, nothing. Sean wasn't fooled. Are you sure? His demeanor was threatening, but I responded as cool as I could muster to his intimidating stare. Yeah, of course. He took my hand, saying, that's wonderful. He began to squeeze my hand until it hurt as he continued. Because seeing you walk in the office while I was talking about killing that motherfucker, and you not saying shit to me, had me just a little concerned. His grip was starting to hurt, badly. You're hurting me. As he continued, he squeezed tighter. Your pretending you didn't hear anything was a sign of your loyalty, not something I should be concerned with, right? I had no choice but to give him the answer he wanted. I knew I was trapped when I responded. Of course I'm loyal to you. He let me go as he responded, good. And remember, I'm the big dick. I snatched my hand back in pain. He smiled and said, let's start off with a good wine. He snapped his fingers, and his favorite wine was poured for him. They knew what Sean wanted, and what he wanted, he got. I'm trapped. Now isn't the time for me to launch my escape plan. I have to be strategic. It's going to be hard to leave the glamour, the glitz, the lifestyle. I mean, this man just snapped his fingers in one of the most exclusive restaurants in New York City, and they poured his drink of choice. The bottle of wine is $800, and this is $19.94. The list to get in this place is 6 months long, if you are somebody. Mayor Giuliani has a table here tonight, also. If I got up and walked out, I would be safe. But what about tomorrow? I had to think. He sipped his wine and smiled. You're not drinking? He pointed at my glass, and of course a waiter filled it. They knew what I liked as well. Sean had a bad temper. He yells sometimes, and okay. He's roughed me up once or twice, but he never punched me. He never bruised me, and he'd never hit Quincy. I would not have stood for that. He never laid a hand on my son. At that time, I never thought of him touching Quincy in any way. Then the significance of what he said hit me. Is he mad at Tupac over me? I'm the big dick. Oh my God. The last time he put his hands on me, it was because I enjoyed Jamie Foxx too much. Shit, he enjoyed Jamie too. He gets so insanely jealous. It's not fair. He wants to bring other men into the bedroom, but gets jealous when he does. Damn, you're quiet tonight, he said, snapping me back into the present. I asked the question that was burning in my mind since I walked into that office. What does Chris think of this? He looked at me coolly and said, his fat ass better just keep doing music. A third guest was escorted over by security. Sean motioned for him to sit. A waiter walked over to Sean Carter and asked, would you like something? Carter responded, no thank you, then said hello to me with a smile. Smiling, I replied, hey Carter, and took a sip of my drink. The Seans may share a bed together from time to time, but thankfully I was never asked to join. Carter went on to speak to Sean. I thought we were meeting in private. Sean replied with a nonchalant shrug. I had to discuss something with her first. It's fine, go ahead. He wielded this kind of power. Carter shifted uncomfortably in his chair before continuing. It's true. Chris and Pac were about to start their own label. Sean slammed his fist against the table, shouting, doesn't anyone have any fucking loyalty? Carter, well, that's not happening now, right? Sean peered at Carter with distrust. Why the fuck are you so eager to share this with me? Chris is your man. Fuck, he brought you on, and you're stabbing him in the back? Carter responded.
All right, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't, of course they saying this book isn't real, but I'm not gonna lie. Just her reading that, I can almost, and the sad thing is, I'm sure if I went on her page, it's probably her consistently just reading days in, and because people gonna listen. I was there, I was literally about to let it keep on playing, but it's just, I mean, she was almost done anyway, but it was just like, how believable that sound, because realistically, how many people was actually there? So when somebody painting a picture that should sound believable, dog. Like, I'm hooked. Like, if this was like, if she was reading, if I literally just had time to sit here and just get on TikTok and just waste a couple hours listening to this lady read these books, I'm sure, I'm 100% positive. It's like, I'm looked at the joint. This joint had 125,000 likes. Nigga, I'm sure it's millions of people who are going to continuously feed into that. So what's going to stop her from reading it? Because the family say it's not a real book. Yeah, okay, who gives a hell? I'm still going to sit here and keep doing it. So, I mean, it's out there already. Amazon already made bread. This nigga already had a #1 selling book on Amazon. So I don't necessarily know how you can get people to unbelieve it now. Because, I mean, it's there. It's there. And again, I mean, I don't necessarily know how people are going to use it or how it's going to go from here. But, I mean, it's out there. And people just like that, like, I was hooked. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was hooked. I guess we can get into a little bit more serious news. Of course, I'll play a clip of Eric Adams in a second, but I do want to play this clip. Probably one of the bigger stories of the week. I thought this was that nigga talking on this time. What the fuck? I thought they was talking on this one, but of course, I'm sure most of y'all. I don't want to screw this man's name up. How do you pronounce his name? Of course, so for people who are not familiar, in Missouri, they basically executed a man. He was accused of murder in 1998. How do you pronounce his man's name? I can't even write his name. It's Marcellus. Oh, Marcellus Williams. Yeah. So he got executed. So it was like hundreds of thousands of people. And I guess the original clip, I thought it was going to be a news thing. It wasn't, but it was a lot of people who came up and so. So I want to say this. I want to say it was a petition for him to not get executed. And I want to say even I forgot the exact process that people tried to go through. So they tried to have it overturned.
I think they physically went to the courtroom to get it, to sign a position. Like, it was actually, because I guess whenever it was, the time was coming up, and I want to say everybody was just lining up.
Yeah, but I know somebody, I forgot which frame of court was it, that basically they went through with it. And that's just so crazy. Like, you talking about 1998, like, dog, you didn't steal. That is, I guess, one of the messed up parts about the death penalty, how they have people sitting for years. Like, you talking about 1998 is fucking 2024. So you talking about this man that probably been in jail, what, you talking about over 26 years, and then you sit here and finally be like, all right, well, cool, now we're gonna kill you. Like, that's, to me, it's just weird. Like, and of course, I mean, we're not talking about in his circumstance. I'm just saying, but this is how they normally do it. Just in general, like, why not just get it over with? Because what's the dude, what was the son of the DC sniper? Like, he's still alive. He's still trying to get his shit he's still trying to fight his jump, trying to get it returned. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily know how it worked. Of course, I mean, Missouri is like one of those middle of America type of shit. So it's kind of like, I feel like they do whatever to black people anyway in those type of places. So it's kind of just like, you damn if you do, if you damn if you don't. And that is probably one, again, when we talk about just moving places, especially as a black man or black woman in America, you got to be careful when you move to some of these middle of America cities and states, because, bro, they don't like us. Let's be clear. They don't not like us. And if they get a chance to be able to do you dirty, they're going to do you dirty. And this is kind of almost like the perfect example of it. Like, this man got charged with something, and they said they realistically didn't have no hard evidence to even sit here and say that he actually did it. So, and I would think that was one of the cases that he was still fighting. I believe even the parents of the victim I think they even signed the petition to kind of be like, bro, like, it wasn't no, like, he didn't done his time. He been in there for 26 years, whatever the case may be, and it ain't no real hard evidence. Like, let it, I don't know. I kind of, like I said, I really don't know. I don't have no real. It's fucked up. I can't.
So then, okay, maybe my thing, I'm thinking he had a set date. That was the set date for when he got, you know what I'm saying, sentenced.
And when he was going to get executed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So you counting down to those days, and it's just like, you would rather just get it over with right then and there?
If I was the crime, hell yeah, because that's what you basically sitting here saying. So now you sitting here you can tell me I had to live 26 years with this date on my head. Like, just imagine how mentally it would probably drive you insane, because like everybody always sit here and say, you don't never want to know the day you're going to die. So for this, when you getting sentenced to death row, you sit here saying, for 26 years what day you going to go. So you done already repented for your sins a million times. Let's be clear. It's certain, like, if y'all watch enough of some of these murder docu-series, or even going back to the joint I talked about earlier on Netflix, like, them niggas ain't have no remorse for killing their parents. Like them Mendez brothers, like them niggas was on the bus. Like one of the brothers that what was this? Was it Loud? It was Loud. He on the bus and he geek like nigga, we famous now. They did a somebody reenacted me on SNL. Like he was geek. Nigga, he blew his mother's brains out, dog. Like his mother was real live on the living room floor dying out. He went to the car to get extra shotgun shells and came back and blew her fucking. He looked his mom in the eye and blew her brains out on the goddamn carpet. So it's some sick people out here. So some people who will not real life would never give a fuck. He didn't care. This nigga like, damn, I thought they was gonna leave us $30 million. They only left us 13. So let's be clear. It is some people who are really that sick that it's just like, all right, dog. Like them type of niggas, you need to get them. You need to execute them now because I don't necessarily know if they ever going to have any compassion. Whereas some people who may have committed a crime or maybe didn't, just like this gentleman, you get falsely accused of something and then you still got a 26. Think about though, sitting in a cell knowing you got a date 26 years from now. You talking about 1998 and a nigga sit here and say, oh, we're going to execute you in 2024.
Especially if you're innocent.
But let's just sit here and say if you was, let's take him out of it. Let's say if you wasn't innocent, but you just sitting in that cell, but you got some, like, let's sit here and say you may have just like, you might have just gotten like shot somebody. You might have gotten a shootout or something. It might have just been like some gang stuff or whatever the case may be, but you still in one of them states where they believe in the death penalty or whatever the case may be. And you still now you didn't, again, going on to the Chrisean Rock thing, you done found God, or you whatever, you didn't change your life completely. Let's say you've been in there 15 years and you didn't change. Like you might have still been on your F the world and everything. I don't care, I don't got no remorse. But 15 years into it, now you done found God and you done got your religious belief, you done got your life right with the Lord, and now you see him saying it don't matter. Now you got the next 10 years you still got before they execute you. And you done turned your life over and you still got that date on your head. That's why I'm sitting here saying, like, to me personally, I believe if you will execute somebody, just get this shit over with. As soon as you see and say they guilty, maybe give them a week or two. But after that, nigga, get this shit, get it done. Because you sit here you punishing me twice. You sit here making me sit in this junk for 26 years and then you still gonna kill me?
It's the same punishment though. Yeah, I mean you change.
It's not. If you give me 2 weeks, nigga, oh cool, and just it's done. Don't make me sit. Don't they imagine you knowing 26 years from now it's a dub for you? And it's not like it's a difference between you sitting here saying, "Oh, I got 26 years to live, but I get to live outside every day, and I get to just live my life like it's golden, and I'm counting down, I'm having sex, I'm spending money, I'm doing whatever." No, you know it's a dub for you 26 years from now, and you gotta sit in this goddamn cell every day.
Yeah.
You don't get to touch no pussy. You don't get to do nothing for the next 26 years and you still gonna die? Man, nah, dog. Come on, it gotta be one or the other. Don't sit here and drag this shit out for me. If that was me personally, don't drag me out. Clock my punch in 2 weeks. Don't sit here in 26 years and I gotta sit in this joint and look at a bunch of other niggas. And that was the other crazy thing about that goddamn Menendez brother shit. Oh my, these niggas just in the jail and the brother, and that's the thing with people making people wonder, like, did their dad really turn this nigga out, or was this nigga really just a fun boy? He in jail, and it was a black dude, this buff ass nigga, and the nigga thought he was scared to take a shower because for a minute the brother Eric, he didn't want to take no showers. This nigga was like washing up with like some milk or something. But then after a while, he was like, "Cool, I'm going to the jail," and the nigga thought he was like. The black dude thought he was going to intimidate this nigga. Like, they in the shower together, and he thought the white boy was scared of him. Nah, the white nigga stared him down like, "Yeah, nigga, I want that dick." I'm like, oh my God, this nigga's crazy, though. Get these fucking niggas off my fucking TV screen. Because he thought, like, because that's how originally the nigga Eric came off very timid. Like, he seemed like he was scared. But when he got in that shower, he got to looking at that black man meat, he was like, "Nah, give me some of that, big dog." I was just like, oh, nah.
So they not married?
Who?
Both of them.
The brothers? Hell no. Nah.
Really?
Nope.
I saw someone. I thought if they said they was married.
Oh, one of them may have got married while they was in jail. Yeah, but not when they went in there. Hell no, both of them niggas was single as hell.
No, that's what I mean now. They're not married now.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get to the last episode, so I don't necessarily know.
Is now at the center of attention in a deadly downtown Miami crash. Police say the 24-year-old woman confessed she was on party drugs when she crashed and killed 2 people.
NBC6 reporter Christian Cologne joins us now with the details on the investigation and who lost their lives.
On social media, she's a model and dancer seeking a booking. Now, Macy Marie Lathers is fully booked at the county jail.
She advised she was under the influence of 2C, a known party drug, and that she was
from the future and had a crystal ball.
The 24-year-old police say was found vomiting minutes after she crashed her white Mercedes into a black Range Rover and silver Suzuki. 2 people were killed. One of them needed to be extricated but died at the hospital. The other victim was killed on the spot.
At a high rate of speed, entered the intersection of North 8th Street with a steady red traffic signal and caused an angled collision.
In a GoFundMe page, Juanita Hernandez says she was struck by a reckless driver and lost her partner, Abraham Ismael. Abraham's 16-year-old son has been left without the love and care of his father, Hernandez wrote. I am now unable to work due to my injuries, and the boy's life has been turned upside down.
Is an absolute danger to the community based on killing 2 people from her driving when she shouldn't have been in a car.
Records also show Lathers tried leaving the scene of the crash without helping or calling 911, but bystanders confronted her.
If it wasn't for the citizens or witnesses nearby who stopped her, she would have completely fled.
And records also show that Lathers was driving with a suspended license. Prosecutors today say that more charges could come once her drug test results come back. A judge granted her a $140,000 bond. In Miami.
So real quick, only reason why I wanted to play this clip because it is, I guess, even when Diddy got locked up, he got locked up with some of those the pink cocaine. I don't necessarily know what that is or what is it. I ain't into the drug world and I don't do drugs, but it just sounds like this is some new drugs that is kind of like, it seemed like it's kind of only be getting really, like, I only hear like celebrities dibbling and dabbling with it. So I don't know realistically what's the real story behind it. So that's the only reason why I wanted to play it, because I keep hearing about this pink cocaine, but it seemed like it's kind of like in the elitist world. I don't necessarily know if any and everybody can kind of get their hands on this pink cologne. I said pink cologne, pink cocaine. I do want to play this clip of Brett Favre, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's forever fuck Brett Favre, but he tried to pull a fast one.
An investment in a company that I believed was developing a breakthrough concussion drug I thought would help others. And I'm sure you'll understand why it's too late for me, because I've recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's. This is also a cause dear to my heart. Recently, the doctor running the company pleaded guilty to taking TANF money for his own use. Sadly, I also lost an investment in a.
So for people who don't know, Brett Favre was basically he even had a he even sued Shannon Sharp. He sued Shannon Sharp for defamation of character because it was not even alleged, because he's still, that's why he was in the court, in the Supreme Court right now in Washington D.C. basically sitting because he took welfare money. He took, I think they said, over $1.1 million of welfare money where it was supposed to be used for something else, but he took that money to help build a new gym for where his daughter, for volleyball. I think it was for University of Missouri or whatever the case may be. So he used some funds in the wrong way, and that can kind of even tie in to when we can play this clip of Eric Adams for people who don't know about one. Before, I don't want to get to Eric Adams before I get off of Brett Favre, but like I said, fuck Brett Favre. I feel like he tried to just pull a fast one. It was like, let me pull the sympathy card and sit here and get people to feel sorry for me because I got Parkinson's. I don't know. One, I'm sure it's a real disease. I don't know what it is, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I feel like that shit to me was corny, and I feel I don't respect nobody who even feel like, damn, that's fucked up. Brett Favre got Parkinson's. So he could have told y'all that shit months ago. Don't sit here and come and tell it to me now that you in front of the Supreme Court and they trying to hold you accountable for some shit. Like, that was some corny ass sucker shit. Like, nigga, take that shit, take your L and take your L again. Like, nah, dog, fuck you and that Parkinson's. Like, nigga, eat a dick.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target, and a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent. I will request an immediate trials so the New Yorkers can hear the truth. New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from. I have been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has continued as your mayor.
All right, so I mean, I listened to enough, of course, New York outlets, radio shows, and I remember I think I talked about it when the Breakfast Club had Mayor Adams on there, and then the Breakfast Club bought a young lady. Her name is Olay, and she smoked Mayor Eric Adams, and her video, of course, started to go viral again. A lot of people started to share different clips of her Breakfast Club interview, or basically her Breakfast Club debate with him. It basically was a live debate. Charlamagne and DJ Envy barely said any words. It was literally her and Mayor Eric Adams going head to head. And like I said, because I listen to Hot 97 all the time. And I know for a long time, like when he wanted to get elected, he went up on Ebro and them show and he came up there. He came up there a couple times and he was on their show when he was running for mayor. After he won, he never went back on there because, of course, they do just like me, because they are more of a New York based thing, of course, because the Breakfast Club is more of a worldwide thing. So they spoke more on just like they felt like Mayor Eric Adams wasn't doing his job. They kept saying like a lot of people's critique on him was he was more worried about going out in the nightlife. Like he got endless pictures with every rapper under the blue moon. Him and fucking French Montana, super cool. Like he was going to niggas' album release party. So realistically, and a lot of people feel like he wasn't doing a good job because he was more worried about being popping than he actually was worried about doing their job. So he realistically, everybody kind of almost was celebrating this. And this girl name was trending the same time his name was trending because it was like she was like realistically one of the only people. Like she got, if you go on her YouTube channel, she got endless videos. Like she got a whole little docu junk that she did of him. Like she was on this nigga neck crazy. So she kind of was like, she was at the forefront of this before this even became a case with the FBI picking him up or whatever the case may be. But let's be clear, on that interview, he said on the Breakfast Club, he felt like that the government was going to come down on him because they were doing that to a lot of other black mayors in the United States because they kind of was trying to. He basically felt like the government had it out for all the black mayors and he had different, he was called out. I want to say he said here and said something about a couple of different mayors. I can't remember which one of them it was, but I want to say even recently, I know in the Breakfast Club, they were saying like the mayor of Atlantic City, they kind of had him on some BS, like some shit. I think I want to say they got him like on a like something, he hit his daughter or some shit, like his teenage daughter or something. Like they trying to put him on like some BS charge. They trying to make it bigger than what it is. So I don't necessarily know because I don't live in New York, but I know for a fact that like if you got some time, you really into the politics shit and you kind of want to have your own opinion on Merrick Adams, I would sit here and say go on her. I think it was like one of her shows that I watch all the time is like Olay and Friends, but you go on her YouTube, you put in Olay and Friends, her page gonna come up and you can go on her YouTube channel and it'll literally come up because she literally did like a whole like 45-minute video like a few months ago on Eric Adams. So kind of even just telling people like how he was doing a horrible job. So I think that's even why it's an easier layup for the feds to kind of come down and crack him because he wasn't really doing his job. So it made it easier it's an easier takedown. It's like when people actually like you, like I remember I heard on Joe Budden, and they was bringing up like Mayor Marion Barry and was saying how people in DC was riding for Mayor Murray even after he got caught smoking crack because nigga Marion Barry was doing his job. He still was a great mayor. He literally, like me and Marcus had our fucking summer jobs all through high school because we was working because of the program that Marion Barry had. So it was like, of course people gonna ride for you, but if you ain't doing your job, niggas ain't gonna feel sorry for you. Niggas ain't gonna have no pity party for you. They gonna be like, all right, we'll burn this nigga up because he ain't doing his job. So I mean, that's kind of on Eric Adams. He kind of set himself up for failure. I guess in a couple other little bit of news before we get out of here, Glorilla and Rod Wave are putting out their projects on the same day, and that is October 11th. And Glow felt some type of way because, of course, on paper, realistically, Rod Wave is one of those artists that kind of do in the high hundreds to 200,000. So will it kind of step on Glow's date? Maybe a little bit, but I do personally feel like if you're a Glorilla fan, I don't think you really give a fuck about Rod Wave putting out no project. Because I'm going to keep it a buck. Do I listen to Rod Wave music? Yes. Do I know some Rod Wave songs? But am I a Rod Wave fan? No. And on October 11th, if on that Friday, who I'm going to go listen to first, it's going to be Glorilla over fucking Rod Wave. Like, of course, Rod Wave has a bigger natural core audience. So will on that day, is he going to do more numbers? Of course, because he already do numbers. But I think it's going to take away from Glorilla. Ain't no way in hell. Not a day in hell. Because I think Glorilla fans are still going to be Glorilla fans. Not sitting here saying, no, will Glorilla fans still maybe later on in that day go listen to Rod Wave? Maybe. It depends on how good Glorilla project is. If Glorilla got a project to the caliber of Future or Lotto, it may be quiet for Rod Wave. I may not never even get to that Rod Wave album if Glorilla album crank hard enough, because that's all that matters. It don't matter about if y'all drop on the same day. It's about how hard your music crank, because you kind of already, from the 2 singles that Rod Wave put out, I know it's going to be on some soft, simpy, girl type of shit, catering to women. Like both of his 2 singles he didn't put out in the last 2 weeks is more catered to the girls. So that shit, I'm not going to run to go check for that. So if Glorilla do her job, I'm going to only listen to Glorilla on that weekend. So it's up to Glow. If you can keep that hot streak, you 5 and 5, you 5 for 5 right now. If you can keep that hot streak going, I think realistically you still will have your date to yourself. Because I don't think your audience will go run and listen to Rod Wave. And for the casual who may go back and forth to both, I think is who's going to make more catchier music. And dropping on the weekend kind of is into the advantage of the artist who puts out more catchier, club-friendly songs. Because, hey, especially if you talking about you a couple weeks in going into Halloween, niggas is going to lean more to the Glorilla than listening to some Rod Wave. Like, motherfuckers going to want to turn up for Halloween parties. So I think Glow will have it kind of in her favor. I feel like that was pretty much everything. We talked about PeeWee Longway. We talked about Drewski. We didn't talk about Drewski, but I did talk about the Waffle House. Oh yeah, shout out to Meg. Meg Thee Stallion got some new she got some new grills. I ain't gonna lie, her grills is icy as hell. I haven't seen nobody with a good set of grills like that in a long time. So again, shout out to Meg. Them grills was fire. For people who are on flights, Google Flights is now price matching. If you sit here and go on Google and you searching for tickets and you see them at a certain price, and I guess if you purchase those tickets and then they become cheaper after you purchase them, Google will reimburse you some money. Oh yeah, before we get out of here, just on some 2 things on sports news. Julius Randle has got traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do think the Knicks won that trade. I think it is a better look for the Knicks than actually for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know how Julius Randle is really going to fit in with Anthony Edwards, because to me personally, me and Marcus was talking about it yesterday. I feel like Julius Randle kind of closed the floor more than stretched the floor. Like for somebody like Karl Anthony Towns plays a lot out at the 3-point line. So that gives Anthony Edwards a lot of room to be able to move towards the basket. But Julius Randle plays way closer to the rim. So it kind of like it packed the lane up a lot more. So I do feel like for the Knicks, they won that trade. That one makes the Knicks a lot heavier as the favorites. Now, I ain't going to necessarily say to come out the East, but probably be the 1 or 2 top teams in the East all year long. And then in other basketball news, I'm screwing up my name. What's my man name? Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose has retired after 15 years. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't have that same attachment that some people may have to Derrick Rose, because I was a LeBron James fan. He played for the Chicago Bulls. He beat LeBron out on one of those MVPs, and one of the closer series that kind of gave the Heat a little bit of a headache was the Chicago Bulls Derrick Rose led team. So I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, Derrick Rose. I'm not gonna lie to you. That nigga could have probably retired like 5 years ago, to keep it a buck. He kind of stuck around and was kind of like stealing some money for a couple years. Like, let's be clear, he played some minutes for some teams, but Derrick Rose ain't never had no crazy, like, oh my God, Derrick Rose is like back to being Derrick Rose. And that is one of the messed up things about having them leg injuries. Like, them shits ain't easy to come back from. So again, shout out to Derrick Rose for retiring. I guess in WNBA news, the Chicago Sky fires Teresa Weatherspoon after 1 year, and that kind of sent the WNBA Twitter and threads into a frenzy because of 2 of Angel Reese's most recent interviews. Of course, the WNBA have exit interviews. So after the season is over, all the teams do like exit interviews. They talk about like their recap of the season. Most of the interviews go for like 15 minutes. So in that exit interview, Angel Reese talked so highly on how important Teresa Weatherspoon was for her coming to Chicago, and how she made it so comfortable, and was like she was more than a coach. She was more like a mother figure while she was in one of her biggest years in her 20s. Of course, she still is a 22-year-old woman, and a lot of people was looking at it like, what did the Chicago Sky actually expect from her? Just like, this was a 1-year coach. You had 2 rookies starting. What did you honestly actually expect? And I guess the Chicago Sky put out a leak or rumor where they told Teresa Weatherspoon the reason why they let her go was because free agents didn't want to come and play for her as a coach. And Cheryl Swoops put him on blast. So because Teresa Weatherspoon, of course, came out in that same class as Cheryl Swoops, they were in the original women who came to the WNBA that first season. They got a friendship, her and Teresa Weatherspoon. So Cheryl Swoops went on her podcast and put the Chicago Sky on blast and was like, that was bullshit. Not no players who did not want to come and play for the Chicago Sky because of Teresa Weatherspoon. And a lot of players, and of course, I think if y'all remember during the Olympics, Angel Reese reached out to Gabby Williams after she had that close game against Team USA and literally could have sent the game into overtime. Her foot wasn't on the 3-point line, and she reached out to her right after that game, and she told Angel Reese on Twitter, where everybody's seen it, and that tweet went viral. And she was like, "Bro, me and you could play together on team. I want to play with you, but I'm not coming to Chicago because that organization is dog shit." And of course, for other people who may be a little bit more familiar, Kalia Copper, who plays for the Phoenix Mercury, she was the MVP of that NBA, that championship that Chicago Sky recently won in 2021 with Candace Parker on that team. She won the goddamn finals MVP. She left because them niggas didn't have no money. They didn't want to invest in no new facility. And that is one of the things that a lot of free agents in the WNBA are looking for, that teams that own their own practice facility. Like the Phoenix Mercury, they just built a brand new one. I want to say like $100 million facility, and they got Diana Taurasi name all over the court. The Seattle Storm got a brand new joint. The Las Vegas Aces got a brand new one. Like those are, and that's why they are getting a lot of the free agents, because they have good facilities. Players care about that shit. Niggas don't want to keep sharing Jones with the WNBA, and the Chicago Sky don't even share one with the Chicago Bulls because the Chicago Bulls don't have nothing to do with the affiliation of the Chicago Sky. So, I mean, that is one of the things that was going on there. That's pretty much it. That is, I guess, pretty much everything in the sports news. And I guess the other thing that I forgot. Oh yeah, Jaylen Brown, of course, he was the Finals MVP for the Boston Celtics. He got his own sneaker brand, and that kind of stirred up a conversation. And a lot of people were surprised that he didn't want to sign with Nike or any of the other shoe companies. But if y'all do y'all homework on Jaylen Brown is like, he may be the woker version of Kyrie Irving, the smarter version of Kyrie Irving. Jaylen Brown is a very educated young man, and he had a lot of money. He get a lot of guaranteed money from the Boston Celtics already, and I do think you will see.
It was something that happened
recently over the Olympics thing when he called Nike out on the Olympics, when he was like, dog. So he kind of standing on business. He basically,
but before that, because he started taking off the Nike
because of Kyrie.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was over Kyrie, because remember he was the only person who was taking up for Kyrie when Kyrie was going through his situation with Nike over the Amazon video. So Jaylen Brown just standing on a big bag of business. He don't care, but again, he got enough money to stand on that type of business. Like, nigga, he got the craziest contract before the new contract that Jason Tatum got. Jaylen Brown was the highest paid NBA player, so I don't need the extra money. I don't need no extra promo. I'm cool, nigga. I'm getting one of the highest paid players in the NBA. I don't think everybody is geeking and dying to be Nike athletes, especially in this day and age. I don't necessarily know if you need to be. And he may be one of the people who gonna kind of like prove a point. Like, now, I don't think Jaylen Brown ain't somebody like this super crazy on the social media, but shit, even look at Kyrie. When Kyrie actually get his situation where I don't even necessarily know if he put his shoes out for sale, but I think when Kyrie starts they out already. It just recently came out though, right? Yeah, like the pair, whatever. I think his father jump was the first pair. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But when it really get into the flow back into basketball season and kids start to absolutely be able to purchase these shoes more frequently, I think Kyrie and I think Jaylen Brown and shit. Even when we talked about the young lady, Rakia Jackson, who played for the Sparks, who signed with I think she'll sell, realistically, to be honest, she'll help sell more shoes than Joel Embiid. Both of them are signed to Skechers. I think other people, if they can see it work for other athletes, I do think it will kind of trickle down and it will continue to work for other people. So we'll see how it worked for Jaylen Brown having his own deal. And I did see last thing, I saw a tweet going viral when people was like, it's so crazy that I don't know if y'all know, are y'all familiar with the girl Meatball? This
yeah.
She pregnant. Somebody got her pregnant. So that was kind of
from Baddies.
She like fat. She from Philly though, right?
Yeah.
I ain't know she was on Baddies. I just know her from TikTok. But she's super popular on TikTok, and she was one of the people who, when they were protesting in Philly, she ended up getting locked up. But niggas was like, "Damn, that's crazy. I'm in a house single as hell, and somebody got her fat ass pregnant." And she looked like a whole stud. So it's kind of like, damn, that is kind of tough. I really don't care about the G Herbo situation, whatever, with his lawyer. And I don't care about Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia. So like I said, we here each and every Tuesday. And for people who made it this far in the episode, even if anytime if y'all see in the episodes don't pop up fast enough, I don't know what happened last Tuesday, but
I put PM instead of AM.
Oh, all right. With the time. So, yeah, so like I said, but even still, regardless, I mean, y'all can always, I'm here, God willing, when the episodes are straight up on YouTube Sunday night going into Monday morning, they will always be there. So like I said, we'll holler at y'all each and every Tuesday. We'll be right back here.